A YouTube channel so you can watch all your favorite shows right from your phone, computer, or tablet. Every day, we stream the shows live on YouTube, plus clips from the biggest moments and biggest guests. Hit that subscribe button so 96.5 The Fan goes right to the top of your feed. In your car, on your phone, or on your computer, we are everywhere. This is your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
They call this one Bill.
Whoa, aliens? Am I in a spaceship?
Affirmative, Bill.
What's with the laser saw?
Relax. We are cutting our bill in half.
What?
An Xfinity mobile transmission says you can cut your bill in half.
Oh, your mobile bill, not me, Bill.
Xfinity Mobile also says we can try it free for a year. Free.
Yes, with no commitment. Can we put the saw away?
I am reluctant. But we will find another being to bisect.
That's not sci-fi, it's Xfinity Mobile. Xfinity Internet members cut your mobile bill in half. Plus, try Xfinity Mobile free for a year. No commitment. Learn more at xfinitymobile.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Xfinity Internet required. Savings compares one line of Xfinity Mobile Select to comparable plans from T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T as of 3/24/26. Taxes, fees, extra. $30 monthly discount limited to new mobile customers only. After 12 months, regular rates apply.
When you've got real work to do, Metal Supermarkets will help you get it done fast. With a huge variety of metals in stock, we can help no matter what job comes your way. And all it takes is a few clicks. We make buying metal online easy so you can spend less time shopping and more time getting things done. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience stores for metal. Place an order online today at metalsupermarkets.com.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700, plus get a free adjustable base with select Sealy Posturepedic mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
You already know that every Royals game is right here on 96.5 The Fan. But if you're looking for more Royals coverage, tune in to hear Royals insider Josh Fernier throughout the week. He joins Fescoe and Dusty every Monday morning at 8:20. Cody and Gold every Wednesday at 12:30. And he joins The Drive every Friday at 3. Miss anything? Check it out on the show podcast or All Things Fern Channel, wherever you get your podcasts. This is your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan. Baseball. 96.5 The Fan. KFNC FM and AM HD1 and HD2 Kansas City. An Odyssey Sports Station. Welcome into Fescoe and Dusty.
I mean, come on, guys. What are we doing here?
A show that, analytically, exists between 6 and 10 weekday mornings on Kansas City's only FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
Oh, buddy.
Live from the studios that brought you.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Here's Bob Fescoe and Dusty Likens.
So listen now.
That's right, baby.
Here we are, 96.5 The Fan. I can guess everything right.
I haven't clicked yet, but
Okay.
I will. I'll let you know a little bit later on.
You ever, Mac, I know we're going to start this off weird. Is there a commercial that will always be burned into your memory? like
in the middle of your
O'Reilly. Like you'll always remember auto parts. Boom. Yeah, see.
Yeah.
Like, is there any like or
oh,
like?
Oh yeah, a lot. Yeah, saving money at Menards.
Of course.
Yeah, Menards has a great jingles work. It's what we've
JG
said for
Whitworth,
years.
877 cash now.
Yeah, and when you're, that's a great one.
That is a good
great
one.
one.
Yeah.
I had a wreck in my car and I need cash now. Call JG Whitworth, 877 cash now. 877 cash now. My right fielder can't hit lefties at night. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I mean that's a good one too. The
Can we
grass
just wrap
pad.
them all in bubble? By the way,
Yeah, right.
Everybody's hurt.
Everybody's hurt now. Yeah. Season over. Everybody hurt. See you later.
Grass pads.
Grass pad high on grass is really good.
on grass.
The grass pad's high on
I do like
grass.
that
There's a helpful smile in every aisle.
Yeah,
We
that's
all
a
know
good
that's
one.
Hy-Vee.
Yep,
Fantastic.
absolutely. Yeah, the jingles. I'm telling people, man, you gotta have a jingle, man. You've got
hear
to
that
have a
soon.
jingle, and they work, and people remember them, and they sing them all the time, even if these companies don't exist anymore.
First text. This is your brain on drugs.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Is that the fried egg in the pan? Yeah, there we go.
This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions? Yeah, I got a few here in the back. I got a couple questions back here.
What's wrong with Stacy? Stacy smoked marijuana.
Yeah.
She can't move. Damn, so she did indica.
Yeah.
How far we've evolved.
What was that Super Bowl commercial? It was like a Bleach or Clorox commercial where the stain talked. I thought that was so great. It was when I was a kid.
Oh,
you remember that one?
Yes.
No, that is your brain on drugs.
I actually thought you were talking about the Super Bowl commercial that aired about 15 years ago, and it only aired in St. Louis. And it was about meth. I'm not kidding. It only aired in St. Louis, and it was this meth commercial in the middle of the Super Bowl, and people were like, started to pick up steam on social media. Did anybody else see? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, I wasn't surprised at all about why it was there, but that was crazy to me. That was years ago. I don't even remember what it was. But it was like stay off meth, and it only ran during the Super Bowl.
Why
in
do you need
St.
a commercial
Louis.
for that?
Yeah, we
You
know.
ever thought about that? Like,
Yeah.
hey guys, this is Dusty Likens. Just to remind you to stay off meth.
Stay off
Thank
meth.
you.
People on meth are like, yeah, we know. We
Yeah,
can't.
we understand we're not supposed to do that. The people you need to reach aren't watching this game, you know? The people you need to talk to are on meth right now in their garage.
Hey guys, it's Dusty Likens, and I know you love those Chiefs football games, but let me remind you to just stay off meth.
Yeah.
Okay.
This public service announcement is brought to you by,
Colgate. Because if you do meth, you won't need Colgate.
I mean, it's crazy, man. There have been some
Dolly,
good ones,
I'm
though.
hot today.
Some great ones over the years when it comes to the jingle. The ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Yeah.
I'm loving it.
And now it's, what's that guy's name from Succession? The voice, what's his name? Something, Roy? Something, I don't know. He's like an old gray-haired guy. Always looks grouchy, but he's like the nicest guy in the world.
Brian Cox?
Brian
Oh,
Cox,
yeah, this guy. Yeah.
Yeah, Brian Cox.
Even ESPN has the
Great linebacker.
Yeah. Dun-dun-dun, yeah. Yeah, because, I mean, even Herm Edwards was saying it back in the day. You don't want to end up on na-na-na. Speaking of that, I saw a tweet the other day, and it was tweeted and it was quoted. It was a video of Mike Vrabel like talking to the team, and the quote tweet was Mike Vrabel.
Magnum commercial?
I know it was not, but it said, and somebody said, I think it was at ML Football, so it was kind of made up. But the caption was Mike Vrabel addresses his team and says we do not need any off-field distractions. And I'm thinking, if Mike Vrabel is saying that to his team, he's lost his team already. So I clicked on the video and watched. He never said that. Classic, like lie in the headline type stuff, man. Because if Mike Vrabel's out here telling his team we don't need distractions off the field, that is a major news story, I would think, right?
Yeah, he's lost that ability to message that.
Absolutely.
You can't do that anymore.
You
that has to
can't
be
do
somebody
that.
else on your team.
Yeah, absolutely.
He lost two things in the offseason. He lost the locker room and his bedroom.
Yeah. It is true, though. I mean, like, how can he go in there and start telling guys what to do if they're doing something wrong? Like, dude, you were like dating a reporter. Mm-hmm. Like, you that guy has no credibility right now. And so it's going to be interesting to see the dynamic of that and how the fallout comes from his team and the respect. Like, I think guys are still going to respect Mike Vrabel. He's still a really good football coach and has a clue as to what he's doing, as many don't in the NFL. But if you're a player and that guy's telling you what to do on the weekends or how to act off the field, I got to be honest with you, Mike, probably not the best guy to be giving that advice. You need to hire somebody else to do that. Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm Mike Vrabel.
Yeah.
And when you're with an insider, before you get insider, go with Trojan condoms.
Hello, America.
From linebacker break backing. I don't know. Something like that. It is day 3. We are closer and closer to hearing the wedding bells of Mac Maury and Sonia Gutierrez.
Yes.
Today, Bob, what is the advice for Mac and his wedding on Saturday?
Say hi to everyone and talk to everyone who's made an effort to come to your wedding.
Gotcha.
These people have paid money, invested their time, came from out of town. You take time and you visit with every single person that made that effort. They're there for you.
You can skip our table.
They're there to see you. They're there to talk to you. They came to support you. They're your alleged loved ones. And so you need to make sure that you talk to every single person and thank every single person for taking time out of their busy schedule to come support you and to be there for you and
Makes
to be
sense.
there for your wedding, because a lot of people are going to invest, I'm sure, just gifts alone, money for you
and the flights and
and
hotel.
time. I mean, you're looking at probably people investing, if they're coming in from out of town, a good $1,000 just to be here. That may be the minimum now with the way that flights are and hotels and all that kind of stuff. So you have to think about that there are people that are coming in from out of town, and even the people that are in town are investing their day, and they've chosen to be there for you. So you guys need to take the time and go around and talk to everybody at that wedding and make sure that you do greet them and make sure you say thank you for being here and I appreciate your attendance.
And that can be the end of it, right? It doesn't need to be a full catch-up. I don't need to have a whole 10-minute conversation with them, right?
No. You just kind of move around and do your thing.
So good to see you. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, you know when when the conversation ends, and if anybody tries to monopolize the conversation, then you got to move on and say I got to go, because there is only so much time. But you know when it is. I mean, when it starts to get this weather, okay, I'm on to the next.
Okay,
right?
Good seeing you.
One of those type of things. Yeah. So you just kind of work your way around the room, and you and your wife will walk around the room and make sure you say hi to everybody and take time doing that. I mean, what else are you going to be doing? It's an open house type thing. You're greeting people and saying hi, and it's not taking away from anything that you need to be doing, because what you need to be doing is thanking your guests for being there for you
and getting drunk.
Exactly, getting drunk.
I just hope that you and I have like the moment in The Dark Knight Rises, where Bruce leaves and people think Batman like saved the city, and Alfred's I think they're like in France. And Alfred gives him a speech like, one day you're going to be sitting somewhere and I'm going to be sitting somewhere.
Yes.
And you're going to look at me and I'm going to look at you. And we're both going to know that we're away. And like that's that point where I'm going to sit at a table. Hopefully it's like a bridesmaid that's single and you're sitting with your bride and we're like 20 yards away. We both make eye contact. It's like,
cheers.
There we go. Right? That's how we want to do it.
We did it.
This comes
Meet you on the dance floor.
That's right. Murder on the Dance Floor would be a great song if they could play that one. Again, Saltburn. Watch it. It's weird.
I know. I do need to watch that. Simone says it's very good.
Very weird movie.
Yeah.
But this goes to Bob's advice from the 913. To qualify Bob's advice, say hello during cocktail hour, rapid speed dating. It works. Keep people happy, keep it quick, and then enjoy the night.
It's a good way to do it.
Yeah,
it's a good way to do it.
You do it.
Yeah, just be like every living president when a team visits the White House. Hey, how you doing? Hey, good. Congrats. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
Or do the Key and Peele skit where like you go to every white guy and shake their hand, and you get the two America handshake.
What's going on?
No, that'll be a fun night, man. I'm excited for you.
I can't wait.
It's getting closer.
I know. It's getting more and more real, man.
Yeah, dude. You're getting less and less sleep, but that's okay.
Yeah.
That's like the first day of school. This is like your next step of life,
Exactly.
right? Like this is like a whole new world.
It's really
even though
exciting.
nothing really changes except your hand gets heavier.
That's exactly
I
right.
mean, yeah, it's true. Nothing is changing. That's
you're
the
still
other
living
thing,
the same life.
There's
You're
not going
just-
to be any adjustment. Now she's moving in. Oh my God! You're going to leave your underwear on the floor,
No,
like
except
all
the
that kind of
boring
stuff.
like the insurance, the taxes, things like that
Yeah.
change. But yeah, all boring stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes that could be good, especially if you
I
can get
know.
on her insurance and get some
Oh, yeah,
insurance and
100%.
all that kind
also,
of stuff.
what changes is she starts her nursing job after we get back from honeymoon. So our household income is going to skyrocket.
Good. That's good.
Yes.
That's really good. You can
Yes.
actually breathe a little bit now, and
Gotta figure out how to make money on this.
have
I
to stop
really
looking for a
want to.
part-time job.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly
there's-
right.
That's how you make money out of
Damn
this.
right.
Yeah.
Work any hours you want, honey. I don't
Yes.
care if it's in the wee hours of the morning, the wee hours at night. I will
Exactly.
support whatever you want to do.
It's like 3 days a week. It's 12-hour shifts, but it's just 3 days.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
I love that.
I was talking to a friend
fantastic.
of mine who's dating a guy who works for a gas company, and it's 7 days on, 7 days off. And they're 12-hour days, right? You work 3 a.m. to 3 p.m. or 3 p.m. to 3 a.m.
What
There's
are
one or two of
firefighters?
those.
24?
Firefighters are 24 on, 48 off,
That's
I
right.
think, in
That's
KC
right.
Mo. But imagine 7 days on, 7 days off. off. You're doing 12-hour days. You're on vacation every other week.
Every other week is
fair.
really
and then
nice.
and then if you take a week off, then you're essentially gone for an entire 3 weeks because you take your off week, then you take a week off, then you're off week, and then you're back. And so you get 3 weeks for 1 week of vacation. It's a brilliant job. I love that kind of stuff where you can actually have a life outside of it and do stuff, and breathe a little bit. And I think that's kind of what people would love, to have the opportunity and the freedom to have that in their job. The world is changing when it comes to the work week too. And I saw a tweet the other day, why are we working from 9 to 5 anymore? We're wasting all these afternoon hours at work. It should be 9 to 2, 9 to 3. And
Dolly
call it a day. Yeah, she did back then. We're working 9 to 3. I mean, it really would make people's home lives a lot better, and their work life better too. I mean, think about that. You get out of work a couple hours early, you're fresher, you feel better, you get more time at home. You're probably going to be more productive at the office than you would be if you're working these 9 to 5 jobs. And so the 7 days on, 12 hours is a lot. But you know what? The 7 days off after that is so rewarding. It's worth it.
That's nice.
Yeah, because like Fall Out Boy changed the words to "We didn't start the fire." They did like a more modern version of it. Should change it to like "I'm working remote from home."
Yeah, right. Yeah, you want to work from home for a day? Fine, go do it.
5.
We got to have a better work-life balance, and everybody's starting to realize that now.
So say hi to everyone is Wednesday's advice from Bob. Nobody cares apparently where LeBron goes, but we have a guess because now it's Miami apparently. But we come back, we'll get to that a little bit. Plus, I think John Gruden hates the Chiefs. Mac disagrees. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Hey, the summer gets super hot, so now you need to get a Super Light. That's right. The team that brought you Surfside is back with something new. Meet Super Light, the new vodka plus aid canned cocktail. Super Light comes in 4 classic sports drinks flavors: fruit punch, orange, lemon lime, and blue chill. And ooh, that blue chill is money, baby. With just 90 calories, 0 sugar, and 0 bubbles, Super Light delivers a refreshing taste that's perfect for any occasion. From the golf course to the bar, at night, at the concert, a day at the ballpark, Super Light is here for the moment. Look for Super Light variety packs and individual flavors at stores and bars near you. You must be 21 and older. Please drink responsibly.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
It's Telly Tire and Auto Center summer sale. Buy 4 new Continental tires and save up to $350 with instant mail and rebates when you add installation, road hazard protection, and wheel alignment. Hurry, offer ends July 31st. Take it to Telly. Details at tellytire.com.
This July is America's 250th birthday, so declare your independence from low testosterone at Low T Center. Start with a free T-test, stay on treatment for 90 days, and receive $250 back. It's the Low T Center 250 for 250 offer. FixMyLowT.com and book your free T-test. That's FixMyLowT.com.
Lawman, jungle law.
It's a lawman, 3-time DUI award-winning attorney in Kansas City. You wanted results? Here you go. First-degree murder charge, dismissed. Felony DUI, dismissed. Felony to misdemeanor, multiple. Felony jury trial, not guilty. Call the lawman, 816-816-9111. Take it away.
The lawman gives results. Jungle law team. Call the lawman. Let the fight begin.
Voted by Pitch and Casey Magazine, the choice of a lawyer shouldn't be based on advertisements.
Conservative, family man, author of The Bald Plan to Reduce Property Taxes. Listen to Scott Schwab.
Property taxes are killing Kansans, but one day it hit me. BALD.
BALD stands for Better Affordable Living by Decreasing Property Taxes. And it's the only detailed plan. Schwab's BALD plan means voter approval for property tax hikes, refunds for unfair assessments, and tax relief for seniors and working families. Listen to Scott Schwab.
I focus on reducing taxes for Kansans. You should keep more. My BALD plan makes sure of it. When I'm governor, we'll get it done.
Finally, a governor with a good head on his shoulders. Author of the BALD Plan to Decrease Property Taxes. Conservative Republican Scott Schwab for governor. Visit scottschwab.com/bald to learn more. Paid for by Schwab for Governor, Jim Felter, Treasurer.
Hi, I'm Mitch Holtis, voice of the Chiefs. Be a part of history by attending Chiefs training camp in St. Joseph, Missouri this summer. See the Chiefs and make a St. Joe memory. Whether it's touring one of the many museums, staying in a historic home turned bed and breakfast, experiencing quality dining and brewery options, hitting the River Bluff bike trails, or supporting a vibrant art scene, St. Joseph has something for everyone. Go to stjomo.com to view or download a free visitor guide and plan your trip. Produced in cooperation with Visit Missouri.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
And Doug. Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons, and lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty. All right, it's officially the most wonderful time of the year at Staples. They've got back-to-school supplies as low as 25 cents, up to 40% off select tech, 20% off for teachers, and more. Check out all the deals at staples.com/back-to-school. Staples, that was easy.
What's up? It's Patrick Mahomes, and you're listening to The Home for Chiefs Football. 96.5, The Fan.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
On the Missouri side, 35 southbound from Missouri 152 into downtown is a 12-minute trip. I-70 westbound from 470 into downtown, 15 minutes. Kansas side 70 eastbound from 435 to 670 is an 11-minute drive. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
So it's Miami now.
Who knows?
Well, according to Underdog NBA, Heat's social media department mistakenly posted LeBron James' introductory press conference video on YouTube.
Yeah.
While preparing for the possibility of LeBron picking the Heat. You know,
it ain't gonna be the Heat now.
Nah, probably not.
I really don't.
Everyone's gonna bet on that.
I really don't think that LeBron is doing this for the drama.
Who's created the drama in all of this?
Us.
We
Us.
have.
Yeah.
We
Us.
have. Yeah, I've not heard from LeBron. The only thing I hear is Rich Paul going, would you guys just let him make his decision? And I don't blame Rich Paul for saying that.
He did the Philly, the trust the process thing at the Fanatics Festival. Other than that, I mean, and that's like whatever.
Yeah, that's a little bit of like a marketing ploy, but I mean, that's just what you kind of got to do. But yeah, I mean, at least we know the four teams. We know it's Miami, Cleveland, Philadelphia, or Golden State. Like, at least we know that.
Yeah. I saw someone say Minnesota. I'm like, no.
That's not happening.
They were on the odds, actually, that I received yesterday, and it was like 25-1 that he would go to Minnesota again. They're trying to get money on all sides of all this kind of stuff. Yeah. And if somebody's going to put a bet, a flyer on Minnesota, then by all means, go ahead and do that. But, these social media departments are probably told to get stuff ready. It happens all the time, like a little behind the scenes, right? When somebody dies and you see the obit on TV, that thing's been prepared for a while. And I remember working at Channel 9 and them always talking about, we got to update the obits on these people as they, as time goes on to make sure that when they do pass away, it's ready to go. And so all these departments have this kind of stuff ready. The fact that an intern would be in on all of this is crazy to me as well. All right, go get the LeBron press conference ready. But in case he does end up signing there, you want to be right away. You want to have that information because everybody's going to want that information right away. So they may have gotten a little bit ahead of it. I don't know if Miami is the play for LeBron. How would you guys feel if it was Miami? I would feel, honest to God, like that's a wet fart. It really is to me. Like of all the places that he could go, Cleveland would be great because it's going home and coming full circle. Golden State would be great because it's you're playing with your friends for the last year of your career. Philadelphia would be cool because of the dynamic of Philadelphia. We've already seen Miami. Like I don't want to see that again from LeBron.
Cleveland,
I know, but it's the home thing, and he's putting a bow on the entire career. I think is kind of cool.
The storybook
kind
of thing.
Finish it where it started. That I like those kind of endings. The Miami thing I've seen, and I just don't need to see that again.
And to the people that think that this is similar to Aaron Rodgers, it's not like LeBron saying, I don't know if I'm going to play or not.
Right.
Like he's 100% going to play.
He's not holding a team hostage either.
Yeah, and he's way better in his sport right now than Aaron Rodgers is in his.
Right.
Like he can
Are they
contribute
the
to a
same
team.
age? 42?
Yeah. No, LeBron's a little older. No, I guess you're probably right.
I mean, or like Aaron's going to turn 42 this year
they're
or
like the
something
same
like
age.
that.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, he's 42, and then LeBron is probably
42.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 41. So yeah,
41. Yeah, about the same age. Yeah.
Strike that, reverse it. So we'll figure that out when it happens. But we know at least it's 4 teams, and the 2 teams that seem to be taking the cake over the last week has been, in my opinion, been Philadelphia and been Miami.
It's crazy how it's changed, though, right? I mean, it started Golden State looked like it was going to be a pretty good deal. Then Philadelphia's in, then Miami's in, then Cleveland's back in. And then the people from Cleveland, ESPN Cleveland reporting yesterday, 99.9% done that he's coming back to Cleveland. And then the Miami thing hits yesterday as well. So nobody really knows. Everybody's over-speculating. Everybody's trying to get the answer. And then we're all going to look at LeBron and go, I hate LeBron James because he's doing this when he hasn't done a damn thing, right?
Maybe
I haven't said anything.
Maybe a dumb question. Is AD still in Dallas?
AD's now in Washington.
Washington, yeah.
That's right, Washington.
He couldn't get out of Washington, right? Didn't they try to trade him like during the draft or something? And they couldn't get him out of Washington. Yeah.
They basically said we're not going to trade you. So that could be a midseason trade, or maybe they're better than he thought. And he's like, all right, I'll stay.
Right.
Who knows?
3rd place.
All right, Coach, it's prediction time. Give us a winner. Who wins this division?
I'm going to pick Denver just because of the continuity. Head coach, quarterback, almost all their starters are back on both sides of the ball, and they're going to get a jolt from Waddle. I like the Chargers to win it. The Broncos to win it. I like the Chargers in 2nd, and I like the Chiefs to finish 3rd, but I think all 3 of those teams can be playoff teams. And I think the Raiders are going to improve, but unfortunately for the Silver and Black, this is a very tough division with some established coaches and quarterbacks.
Yeah, so the reason he hates the Chiefs is a continuity comment. Like Peyton and Bo Nix, they're okay.
I mean, nobody has more continuity in the NFL than the Chiefs do with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes.
Maybe
talking about a 53-man roster. There's been a bunch of turnover here in Kansas City.
Sure,
but he went right to McVay and Bo Nix though.
Well, McVay and Bo Nix,
or not
would be
McVay,
better,
but you know who I mean. Peyton and Bo Nix.
Would be
Yeah,
better.
he went right to the quarterback coach combo, and so you want to talk continuity. I mean, we got that doubled, tripled here in Kansas City with Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid.
Are Peyton and Bo Nix in cahoots?
Like, are they back to being friends?
Yeah.
I'd hope that.
See,
by now.
you'd
Training
think,
camp's getting
right?
going, yeah.
It's like the age-old question in the Attitude Era. Is Kane and The Undertaker in cahoots? But yeah, I 3rd place. So that screams to me only, what is there, 7 playoff teams in each division now, right? So that means there's only, the rest are all division winners.
Yep.
So that means Buffalo or New England's not making the playoffs.
There'd be another one out there, right?
Well,
There's 4 division winners.
Okay, so then there's your
right. Yeah, there'd be another.
So there's only one other playoff team. We don't think it's coming from the South. Jacksonville, Texans, Tennessee.
They could have a couple of teams in though, guys.
The
They really
North.
could. Yeah,
Be spicy.
Baltimore, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh.
I mean, I think this thing is wide open in the AFC this year.
That's crazy.
It really
was
is
wide open last year.
Who do you think is the number 1 team in the AFC? If we're going to sit here and have like the Chiefs being 3rd in the AFC, who should be the number 1 team right now in the AFC?
probably by not unanimous, but by probably most people would say Buffalo's the most sound team in the AFC.
With a brand new head coach.
Brand
new head coach. And so I don't know how he's going to be as the head coach. Sometimes guys get the job as a head coach and they're terrible. Most times they get the job as the head coach and they're terrible. And again, remember how this guy got the job too. Yeah. Sean McDermott shouldn't have been fired on any circumstances because he did something wrong. The team just could not get over the hump. Now you're hiring a guy who is just calling plays that's friends of the quarterback and you've made him the head coach. Sometimes that doesn't work out real well. I've seen it over the years. You promote the guy that everybody wants to be the head coach, and it becomes a big goose egg. And that's what I think it could be in Buffalo. And so I'm not ready to say that they're the best team in the league right now. The Patriots went over to the Super Bowl last year, but my God, has anybody had a worse offseason than the New England Patriots when it comes to trying to overcome a huge scandal that everybody's following? And so when I look at who the best team in the AFC is right now, I don't know what the answer is to that question because there are a lot of good teams out there that could potentially win this. Denver could win it. The Chargers could win it. The Chiefs could win it. Hell, the Texans could win it. They're getting a full complement of guys back right now. New England could win it. Buffalo could win it. Cincinnati could win it. I think this is as wide open as we've seen in the Patrick Mahomes era.
I think the other thing that it says, obviously, that 2 wildcard teams come from the AFC West, is that I just really don't think, honestly, I think if you took a lie detector test to all these people out here that talk about the Chiefs, I really don't think they believe Mahomes is going to be truly ready by the first 2 to 3 games of the season. I don't know why I feel that way, but I think even if he's 85%, I don't think he'll be 100%, right out of the chute. I think he's going to have some, gimmicky things where he's got to learn how to trust it and get on that same page. Not only that, but know that he's fine to move and his knee's okay. But the first 4 weeks of the season for the Chiefs couldn't be any better for that situation. And we can get into their schedule in the first 4 a little bit later on, but to be reminded, it's Denver Monday night, it's Indianapolis Sunday night, and then it's Miami at noon, and then you come back home and play the Raiders at 3:25.
I think it's at Las
Vegas.
At
Las Vegas. Yeah, home, away. So you go to Miami, to Vegas. You get Indianapolis at home. We don't know what they will be. Don't even mention them in the South yet. I know one of you guys did yesterday for a little bit. And then you have the big game on Monday Night Football to start the season. And then a bye week. So I don't know. I just think that a lot of people are kind of in question because, one, we've never seen Mahomes in this situation. And so I asked you guys the question, is this the last thing that Mahomes would have to prove that he can do is come back from an injury like this and not skip a beat? Because he's done everything else. The ankle, the knee, when he did the QB sneak, the ankle in the playoffs, the concussion in the playoffs, came back the next week and played. 3 Super Bowls. Goes to the AFC Championship game in his first year as a starter, wins the Super Bowl his second year as a starter, wins an MVP, wins 2 Super Bowl MVPs. Is this the last thing in Mahomes' young career, proven-wise, that he would have to do?
Well, I think if he does come back and does fine, which he will, everybody will go, what else could he do? What else does this guy have to do to solidify his ranking and where he is? And so I think if for Patrick Mahomes, the greatest thing that could happen this year is to come back and win the damn Super Bowl. Then there's no way that you can poke holes in anything anymore because there's been a lot of discussion, people screaming about Josh Allen being the better quarterback now than Patrick Mahomes and all that. If Mahomes comes back off this knee injury and leads this team to the Super Bowl again, there's nobody you could ever put that's currently playing the game right now above Patrick Mahomes when it comes to the best quarterback in the NFL. So I do. I think there's a little bit of pressure on him right now to do that. And I also think the reason why you're still hearing a lot of people doubt Patrick Mahomes is because they said when the injury went down that he would not be back at the start of the season. And they want Patrick Mahomes to fail so they can be right. Oh, it's not right. He's not going to be ready. He's not going to be ready. And the fact of the matter is Patrick Mahomes is different than everybody else, and he will be ready. And people don't seem to realize that. We've got a decade now of evidence about what this guy is all about, and people continue to doubt this guy, and he continues to just, he continues to just piss on him, basically. Every time somebody doubts you, Patrick Mahomes goes out there and shows you why you should never doubt this guy. So I hope everybody continues to doubt him. It's good fodder for the Nationals that scream and yell about football, and it's an easy, low-hanging fruit topic. But he's going to go out there, and we said it on Monday before anybody else did. He's going to be fine for training camp. He's going to go. He's going to be participating in training camp, and everybody's going to have to sit there and eat their hat and go, oh, I guess Patrick Mahomes really is better than everybody else, and he's ready to go. People don't want to admit that.
I mean, I already don't think he has anything else to prove. I think he's come back from knee injuries before in the middle of the season and won Super Bowls doing it on one leg.
Not this type of surgery, though.
Yeah, but I still
ACL,
think
LCL.
He's proven that he can recover in the middle of a season, come back, whether it's dislocation, whether it's whatever, been out of place. I think, to me, there will always be something else. After he does this, which he will, and we all know he will, play fantastic, there will be something else. And that's what happens to all the greats, all the GOATs. They have something else every time. They're going to be a hurdle. There's going to be those doubters. There's going to be those haters. We've talked about the maturation of fans towards a GOAT prospect, right? The first 3 years, we love Mahomes. He's so fun to watch. Now it's like, can you beat drop 8? It's can you, be balanced and take the check down? Okay, he's done those things. Okay, can you go on the road and win the play? Okay, he did that. There's going to be something else each time. And each time he'll say, yeah, F you, I can do it.
Doesn't that merit that to get to that status?
100%. It's part of being. Yeah, it's part of being the greatest.
Like Aaron Judge, right? Yeah, you do all this stuff great in the regular season. Can you do it in the World Series? Hey, Josh Allen, you're really awesome. You're a great quarterback. Can you do it when it matters? Okay, then he does. Then what? Can you win a second one?
Tom Brady, can you win without Bill Belichick?
See, that's and he did. We always keep pushing the bar though with these guys,
because other guys have already put the bar there. So in order to get over that, the NBA, can you win a three-peat like Jordan?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Can you win 6 like Jordan? Can you, and it's stuff like that, because if you want to be the best, you got to do things better than anybody else before you's ever done that.
Yeah, and it's, Patrick Mahomes is starting to do that. I mean, I was looking at something yesterday. This knee injury for Mahomes is really eerie compared to what happened with Tom Brady. They both suffered the knee injury at the exact same time of their careers.
Same age.
And, same age, same year, all that kind of stuff. And we saw what happened after Tom Brady, injured his knee. He went on and played really well for the next decade. And so if there's anybody doubting Patrick Mahomes and what he can do, Tom Brady had this injury, 18 years ago now, right? In 2007, whatever it was, 2008, whenever he shredded his knee. And so we're looking at, or maybe it was 2000. I guess 2000.
It's even weird to get eerie. He did it at Arrowhead Stadium against the
Chiefs.
No,
it was in New England.
Oh, it was in New England?
It was in New England against the Chiefs. Yes, it was Bernard Pollard.
I remember it was Pollard.
08. Was it 08?
Arrowhead.
Okay, so it was 08, and so we're talking almost 20 years ago that he had that injury. And he bounced back and had a 10-year career where he was absolutely outstanding and won multiple Super Bowls. In 20 years, medicine and technology and rehab and all this stuff has advanced and taken on a life of its own from where it was even 20 years ago. So to sit there and go, well, look what Tom Brady did, I don't know that anybody else can do that. It's 20 years later. I mean, there's so much more advancement. And to sit here and doubt Patrick Mahomes when Tom Brady went on and had 10 more years of brilliance, I'll tell you, man, this is one of those things where you just got to kick yourself and go, yeah, Patrick Mahomes is going to be great. He's going to be just fine.
Who's a better athlete of the two?
Well, it's Patrick. Yeah.
Yeah.
So not by much, but I think they're both kind of, quarterbacks.
So you don't think Gruden's thing is hatred? You think it's just...
No, I think at the top, you're like, damn, third in the division? What the hell? And then you think about it, you're like, okay, this could be the best division in football.
Yeah.
He says playoff team.
Yep.
So that means 10 or 11 wins. Last week I asked, what's the least amount of wins that you can walk away from this Chiefs season going, okay, I'm satisfied, and unanimously, which you know how rare that happens. It was 10 wins.
10.
It was 10 in playoffs.
It's interesting.
So it's 10 or 11 wins. Yeah, that makes sense to me. I think the Chargers are going to win 12 or 13 games. I think they win that division. I'll have the Chiefs second, I believe, and probably tied with the Broncos.
So you and Carrington can go have a conversation.
What are you more firm believing in, that the Chiefs can't win this division or Denver can repeat?
I believe less that Denver can repeat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because I have Patrick Mahomes on my team.
Exactly. You have Patrick Mahomes, and you have a wounded Patrick Mahomes. Not just a Patrick Mahomes. You have a wounded Patrick Mahomes. And wounded by, everybody's taking shots at him right now. Not hurt, but you know what I mean by 100%. That. Wounded Patrick Mahomes, who's got a lot to prove. But honestly, when we're looking at what happened last year versus Denver and all this kind of stuff, it really does go back to these one-score games, guys. I mean, the Chiefs 2 years ago were, 10-0 or something, 11-1 or whatever it was in one-score games. And then last year they were 0-9 in one-score games. If you just average that out and take the median, if they just go 500 in those one-score games, the Chiefs are 10-7 in both 24 and in 25 if they just go 500 in those one-score games. And so we're sitting here talking about all of this kind of stuff that's gone on with this team and how bad it was last year with that 6-11 record. But if you step away from that 6-11 record, you realize 9 of those losses, I think is what it was, last season were by one score, where the year prior they won all of those one-score games. And the difference is Denver in 25 had the the same success rate in one-score games that the Chiefs did in 24. And so I don't think there's this big gap that everybody's talking about. It really is a play here or a play there, getting off on third down here, making a third down conversion there. You do those type of things, you're back in this thing. And if you go 500 in one-score games, you've got your 10 wins on the season right there.
Which is funny you say that because the Chiefs and Denver's basically flip-flopped their seasons last year because the Chiefs the year before, right, usually we're mentioning we're winning all those games, and the Denver wins that. One of those is going to give again.
Yeah.
Like, that's not going to happen again. And what was it, the Chiefs' record? They remember that? The Chiefs won, they were 11-1 in one-score games or something like that.
11-0.
And then they were like, well, here's what happens if they didn't win those games. Well, yeah, they'd be losses.
Yeah, they had 11 wins by one score in 24, and Denver had 11 wins in 25 by one score.
And crawled and scraped to beat the Giants.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Weren't they down 36-3?
Yeah, it was
so dumb.
It was unbelievable, right?
That was Daboll's.
Yeah, that was it for him.
That was it.
That was your swan song right there. But, I mean, if you just come back to the middle
it'll
on
regress
that,
to the mean,
it
for sure.
will. Yeah. And the Chiefs will find ways to win one-score games. Denver now, everybody knows they're a good team, so they're going to get better efforts from everybody.
Those are going to play a first-place schedule.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to have a couple of games on there that are going to be harder than they were last season, so they will revert to the means. The Chiefs will come back to the means. And if the Chiefs would have just gone 500 in their one-score games over the last 2 years combined, they would have been 10-7 in both years, and everybody would have been fine after last season if they would have gone 10-7. And they were 6-11. The difference between 6-11 and 10-7 is this minute. That's why it is so important to take care of all of these details and have everything buttoned up. Because look at what you're looking at right now: 6-11 versus 10-7. 6-11 was actually better for the Chiefs. They needed that 6. 10-7 would have been eyewash, and maybe they wouldn't have gotten to the point where they needed to be to make some of these changes that needed to be necessary. So the 6-11 really helped get them to make those changes. But that being said, they're not that far off from being a double-digit win team. It's a couple mistakes in a few games that changed the dynamic of the whole season.
I think the other thing that's important to have for the Chiefs, when you mention Patrick Mahomes, is that in all reality, if I want to sound like a true homer, I don't care if they're 10-7 or 14-2, or I guess it'd be 14-3 now. As long as you can get in the playoffs,
that's exactly right.
Then you're fine.
Yep.
And I know that might be like, oh, Dusty, you're a homer. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, you want to win the number 1 seed. Nah, I've seen him not get the 1 seed.
It's just facts,
I've
dude.
seen him get the 3 seed. Like,
get in.
There's just a dude that gets in the playoffs. It's just that dude more than any other dude.
Mm-hmm. You
He's
hear
a dude. I'm a dude. He's a dude. We're all dudes. But he's the dude in the playoffs.
You hear it all the time in college basketball. Just get into the dance. And Carl used to say that all the time with Chiefs. Just get into the dance, man, and then see what happens. And with the Chiefs, if they get into the playoffs, and we say this all the time, and you're not a 4 seed, but it's like 5, 6, or 7 seed in this postseason, ain't nobody feeling good about the Chiefs rolling into their stadium for a wild card game with Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid.
Because, every host on every national channel is going to say, well, I don't want to go to Kansas City and play.
Yeah.
And then be like, you're talking about the 2 seed.
No, I don't want to face like the 2 seed. Like, say the Chiefs are the 5 seed, right? They would play the 4 seed in the first round of the playoffs, right? So that division winner is going to host Kansas City. Whoever that is, you think they're feeling good? I bet you the Chiefs are the favorite regardless of who that 4th place team is.
100%. His inevitability in the playoffs is more true than any other athlete in any other sport. You take Michael Jordan. He didn't make it to the finals for his first 5 or 6 seasons. He lost in the first round, got swept in the playoffs his first time. I mean, you can take any guy. I mean, Tom Brady even losing in the playoffs multiple times before he reaches the Super Bowl again. We've never seen Mahomes not be in the AFC Championship game when he gets to the postseason. And by the way, last year they were still in playoff contention in that last game before he tore his ACL.
They were.
They were still could have made the playoffs. So you never know. Broncos first 6 games,
tough.
Chiefs, Jags, Rams, Niners, Chargers, Seahawks.
0-6,
and then it's a powder keg after their bye.
It gets really easy.
But if you come out the gate slow and you're 2-4,
exactly,
or 1-5, or even 3-3, I mean, you're like,
that's behind the 8 ball, and they end their season with the Bills, the Patriots, and the Chargers.
Wow, that's a hell of an ending of a season right there.
I'm loving it. Well, hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
That's right. It's a weekly poll question on the Fescoe and Dusty poll question. It's very simple. Should the Royals trade Michael Walker? Yes or no? 913-586-7965, or go to the fan, 96.5 The Fan on X and vote. Coming up next, it's Jay Binkley, the Jingle Hits. He'll be on the air next on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
There's juice all over the place.
Hey, it's Bobby Witt Jr., and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends at Golden Oak Lending want you to give them a call because they're going to help try to save you some money. And let's be honest, a lot of families right now, like all of us, we're all feeling very squeezed right now. High interest credit cards, higher grocery and gas prices, and trying to keep some breathing room in the budget. It all adds up really, really fast. And at Golden Oak Lending, they can help. In fact, Golden Oak Lending saves the average customer over $1,100 per month. And this July, Golden Oak Lending is offering a complimentary appraisal credit of up to $600 with a qualifying loan or refinance. So start with that free mortgage checkup from a local Golden Oak loan officer. They'll review your current mortgage, look at your home equity, and help you decide whether a refinance, a cash out option, or debt consolidation strategy may make sense for you. There's no pressure. Just real answers from a local team that's respected in helping homeowners for years. If credit card debt is weighing you down or monthly payments feel tight, see what options may be available. Visit them now at goldenoaklending.com. That's goldenoaklending.com. And like Golden Oak Lending, cure your blues.
The corrupt political establishment. If you're ready to give them the finger, Taylor Burks is your man for Congress. Taylor Burks, America First conservative, outsider, 3 combat deployments as a naval commander. Taylor Burks will stand with President Trump against rhinos and the corrupt establishment. In Congress, Burks will always put America first. He'll work with Trump to deport every last illegal, ban communist China from owning 1 inch of our land, and protect our elections by passing the SAVE Act once and for all. So if you want to tell off the political establishment, you conservative warrior Taylor Burks, an America First patriot for Congress. Paid for by Show Me Valor PAC. www.showmevalorpac.org. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. Show Me Valor PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price since 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Cause shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
At Farmers, our honesty is contagious.
Wait, am I going to catch honesty?
Well, when you're with Farmers, it's kind of inevitable.
Well, how long does it take to... I lied to you when you asked if I knew what a deductible was. I don't know my dad's birthday, and I thought umbrella policies were for rainstorms. Actual rainstorms. I have it, don't I?
You don't just have honesty.
You have Farmers. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
Learn more at farmers.com. Underwritten by Farmers Truck or Fire Insurance Exchanges or Affiliate. Products not available in every state.
By now, you've heard that Booth Creek Wagyu steaks and beef are the best tasting, most flavorful cuts you've ever had. And if you don't believe us, try it for free. Try Booth Creek Wagyu anytime at 95th and Knoll or 135th and Metcalf. Stop by our store and we'll prepare a free mouth-watering sample of your selected choice cut. Heart-healthy, low-cholesterol, authentic American, full-blooded Wagyu steaks and beef. We know you'll love it as much as we do. Crafted for exceptional beginnings. Join the Booth Creek Wagyu revolution at boothcreekwagyu.com.
Royals coverage sponsored by Renner Garage Door. Forward and back, RENNER.
Almost Andy Reid here. Summer heat can put your garage door to the test. Stay ahead of the game with a Renner Garage Door summer tune-up. Plus, get free repair or replacement quotes and $100 off a new garage door. Forward and back.
RENNER. Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
On the Missouri side, inbound I-29 from 435 into downtown, about 15 minutes. Checking 435. You're moving at posted speeds or better all around the metro. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Tobacco, football, and booze. He knows Bobby Bowden. He knows Pete Carroll. He likes the 3-4 defense. He's Jay Bigley. He loves beer and chewing tobacco, football, and booze. He knows Bobby Bowden. He knows Pete Carroll. He likes the 3-4 defense. He's Jay Bigley.
7:06 says it's my birthday today. Could you guys please play the old Bigley theme song, the one that goes college football with Jay Bigley? I don't know if that's the one, but that's the only one.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
That's the one we got right there. And happy birthday to you. Let me ask you guys if you're in or out on this one. Jay, I want your opinion as well. It involves beer. The text line as well. This comes from Darren Rovell. This year at the Minnesota State Fair, Old Ranch Hand, a ranch dressing flavored cream ale blending smooth malt with hints of buttermilk, herbs, and spices, served with a ranch salt rim.
No, thank you.
Out.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I'm out on that too, man.
You
I'm
are.
out on that too. I love ranch, but not ranch with the beer. Can't do that.
What if it was Cool Ranch beer?
No, well, I like Cool Ranch. How about Cool Ranch with the beer, but not Cool Ranch beer?
That's fair.
I love Cool Ranch, but not with the beer.
That's fair. Hey, Bob's got a really important question before we ask you some real sports questions, but Bob wants to ask you some deep information about what Mac's doing during his wedding.
Yeah, Mac is getting married, as we know, on Saturday, and then he's taking his honeymoon during the start of training camp. Your thoughts?
Crazy time, but at least he's not getting married during football season. I mean, that's the key. Yeah, he's going to have to keep up on things, and hopefully he will. What's going on in training camp, who's not practicing, who got hurt. There's just a million questions. I wouldn't do it, that's for sure, but at least it's not football season, so I'll put it that way.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, definitely if I'm on the beach at Honolulu, I'm going to be
not
checking
watching
in to see what
I got to be honest, Jay. If he's checking training camp news from Hawaii, I will fire him.
Yeah. He will be, though. He will be. He'll be checking it out. But you know what? Sitting on the beach, having a drink, checking out what's going on with the Chiefs. I mean, it's in his blood, man. You know he's going to check in and see what's going on.
It's in his blood.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
All right, so we've made it to training camp, Binkley. What are your two most intriguing positions that you, sir, are watching going into St. Joe?
I think this is actually going to be fun. I think this is probably the most meaningful training camp, honestly. You could probably say maybe in decades, but since Mahomes. I mean, the curiosity of seeing Mahomes as a starter after that Tennessee loss in the playoffs, where he kind of redshirted behind Alex Smith. I think there was so much interest on seeing what Patrick Mahomes could do. But now you saw what he can do, and you saw the 5 Super Bowls that he went to and winning 3. So, yeah, since then, it's been status quo with the Chiefs. It's been plug and play. It's been squeezing all the blood out of the turnip, but just keep going. Just see till the wheels fall off. Well, they did. And so they hit that reset button, and they got the new coaching staff because that's what the Chiefs said, hey, let's get a coaching staff. Let's see the development. Like, let's see the development of the wide receivers, and let's see what happens on the offensive line. I think that's where the only interest is. If I could ask anybody who the starting lineup for the Chiefs on offense is, you know every single person, except there's that question at right tackle, which I think is the question for the Chiefs on that offensive line. Who's going to protect Patrick Mahomes? Because it's ultimately important. He's 30 years old. Now he's coming off the ACL, and it becomes important. Like, who is that guy? Like, if there's an injury at right tackle, if there's an injury at left tackle, and you have to, take that right tackle, move him over to left, it's so important, that offensive line. So I think that's actually of interest to watch at camp. And then the wide receivers, because the Chiefs made a decision, and they haven't gone crazy with wide receivers. Matter of fact, we saw it before the season where the Chiefs had the cheapest wide receiver room in football. Well, it's third worst. So it's a little over $19 million. Which is about $10 million less than going out and getting an elite wide receiver in free agency. But they're banking on that. And it's been paper thin, and they've dealt with injuries and suspensions the last couple of years at the position. But, they bring in the wide receiver coach in Chad O'Shea, and that's the difference. But I'm really curious to see the development. Obviously, the wide receivers and Xavier Worthy, what you're going to get. Rashee Rice, is he going to explode? Is he going to finally have that moment, that epiphany where he says, you know what, this is my only chance to make money, because I had to sit there and watch all these other wide receivers. They were in my draft class. It's been 3 years, even though I was number 2 in the draft class my rookie year in receptions and yards. But then everything else happened. I'm not getting the endorsements, don't have the contract. Like, it's on. Like, it's a perfect situation for the Chiefs where you have a wide receiver you didn't pay a bunch of money to, so he doesn't have that comfort of that. He's got to go out and make the money. So they're benefiting from the fact that this guy's got to go out and put an incredible season. But I'm extremely curious to see these wide receivers. And I know everybody that's got their list to say it's the number one concern with the Chiefs in camp is looking at wide receivers, and they got the offensive line right behind that. But I think the wide receiver development, Jalen Royals, he giving you something? Is there something, in the tank that we or the Chiefs didn't see last year when he wasn't productive? Are things going to be different in year 2? Tyquan Thornton, with his development last year with the Chiefs and the trust factor that he gained. But I think the wide receivers are going to be extremely interesting to watch up in training camp. And, of course, the offensive line, too. But I think you can really zero down to those two things. Defense is going to be defense. It's going to be rotation-based. A lot of guys are going to get their chance with that defense. But that offense, because that's what this team is loaded with. I mean, that's what this team has, a Hall of Fame quarterback. They've got Patrick Mahomes. What kind of weapons does he have at his disposal? And who's his guy? Because when Travis Kelce leaves, who's his guy? Because all, elite quarterbacks have that dude, that trusted guy that they go out and throw the football to, and it's been Travis Kelce to this point. We thought maybe for a glimpse there last year it could be Rashee Rice going forward, but developing that chemistry with Mahomes, and maybe he's not on the roster. Maybe that guy doesn't exist on this roster for Patrick Mahomes in his 30s, but it is interesting, like, who is going to be that dude for him for the next 10 years?
So, Jay, when you're looking at the rookie class, I know a lot of folks are going to be excited to see what they can do this year. What are you expecting out of that rookie class this year?
I'm really excited because last year it was one of those things where Noel Williams showed you something that he wasn't playing a ton. Ashton Gelati actually got their Rookie of the Year, and you look back on it and said, okay, this is an okay season, solid season, but that was your Rookie of the Year. This year they need that rookie class, just like a few years ago when they needed that rookie class to help them get a ring. And Brett Beach sitting at the parade saying this is what a rebuild looks like. But going out and getting Mansour Delane, can he be the next Trent McDuffie? Can you not remember or forget about Trent McDuffie with the development of him? Peter Woods, because you're seeing all that potential that guy had before the draft last year. And did you get a steal there at the end of the first round? R. Mason Thomas, definitely interesting as well. Jaden Kennedy that I really like, back in the secondary. But these rookies, unlike last year, they were nice pieces, the rookies, but this year they're actually going to need them to play. They're going to need them to start. They're going to need them to develop. They're going to need production from the rookie class. So I think this year's rookie class is extremely important because last year's, it was okay. But this year they're really counting on it. So I think this rookie class, and especially with R. Mason Thomas, on the outside, what can he do? Because we all know they needed a pass rusher. That is something that they did need. But if a wide receiver, Cyrus Allen, that's their one choice. So what's he going to bring to the table? But I think the rookie class is something to watch, something we haven't watched the last couple of years as far as we had the guys, but the rookies weren't counted on to really, be starters, and be that developmental help for the Kansas City Chiefs quest for the Super Bowl.
Binkley, real quick, 30 seconds. Who are your top 3 teams in the AFC West this year? At the end of the season, record-wise.
The Chiefs, the Broncos, and the Chargers. I think the Chargers and Broncos are very similar, but the Chargers didn't do a ton. And, by the way, the Chargers wide receiver room is actually cheaper than the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
So those are 2 teams that definitely needed wide receiver help. They didn't do a ton to address it. I know that having Rashawn Slater back at left tackle for him certainly helps, and a healthy Joe Alt. But it's a team that's been decimated by injuries. But, yeah, the Broncos, as far as the roster right now, I'd say number 2.
All right.
Chiefs born.
Well, Binkley, we'll let you know if Mac checks in on Jake Bringenstool while he's on the beach in Kawanawanalia in Hawaii. So, Binkley, we appreciate the time. Take care and enjoy the ranch-flavored beers.
Yeah. All right, guys. Take care.
That's Jay Binkley right there for you. Coming up on the other side, we get back to our poll question and the worst mistakes that was made this season in the front office for the Kansas City Royals. Here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Royals.
Fescoe and Dusty.
Terry Hardy's is closed.
Well, that sucks.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
I'll tell you something, my friends over at the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2 are saying, hey, come join us right now. I talked to a lot of kids that are getting ready to graduate from high school, and they're thinking, is college the right choice? Maybe I don't want to do that. Maybe I'm looking to get into the workforce, but I don't know exactly what I want to do. Well, if you drive around Kansas City and you see the Kauffman Center, you see the top of Bartle Hall, you see the crown at Kauffman Stadium, you can say, man, I'd love to do something like that. I'd love to make cool things for my city. Well, you can do that with the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2 because their apprenticeship program is going on right now. And I'm going to tell you guys, it is amazing. Once accepted, first-year apprentices begin earning $30 an hour, receive the same premium health coverage, and begin earning credit towards a full pension payable with 30 years of service and at the age of 55. Our apprentices attend daytime classroom training for 5 weeks each year, during which they receive a stipend in place of their normal wages. This ensures our members can fully focus on mastering their trade while continuing to provide for themselves and their families. All apprenticeship training and continuing education is provided at no cost to members. So it's time to go and hang out with my friends over at the Sheet Metal Workers Number 2. Check them out on their website at sheetmetal2.org. That's sheetmetal2.org.
The best football contests are back out in Las Vegas with Circa Sports. $30 million in guaranteed prizes, no rake in any of the 3 contests. Circa Million, 18 weeks of point spread action, 128 ways to win. Or Circa Survivor, you pick one winner each week, the last one standing wins. And Circa Grandissimo with $100,000 entry. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. $30 million guaranteed. Visit circusports.com for details.
Hey, it's Dusty Likens, and from changing seasons to unpredictable road conditions, having solid auto insurance gives you real peace of mind. With AAA, switching today means you could save up to 21% on your auto insurance. AAA offers dependable protection, personalized coverage options, and customer service that's always there for you. And when you bundle policies or insure multiple vehicles, you can save even more. Visit AAA.com. That's AAA.com.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important, trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, if you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it. Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of Essentials Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
This is the Duke's Country Song. It's a song about award-winning chefs. Yes, chef. And why they choose Duke's Mayo. Get Duke's Mayo in store. It's got twang.
Brought to you by Duke's Real Mayo.
Brought to you by Climate Control Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Visit ClimateControlKC.com. Climate Control has been serving KC homeowners for over 35 years and know how to get your cooling system ready to handle the scorching hot summer. Schedule your AC system tune-up for just $49. Don't wait. Visit ClimateControlKC.com today. Climate Control Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
North KC, 169 highway southbound. Briefly heavy at Briarcliff, then off again on again slow stuff towards the airport exit with construction. Kansas side, 635 southbound, still rolling, approaching I-35. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
This is Fescoe and Dusty.
I got Mahomes' balls in my hands.
On your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Oh, yeah, football.
From potholes to pop-ups, we got it covered.
Hey!
Here's Bob Fescoe.
Take a bite out of my ass.
And Dusty Likens.
Big nuts. That's right, you listen to 96.5 The Fan, KFNZ, FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City. Welcome to a wonderful Wednesday. The week is flying by, baby. Flying by. I have a question. So, two questions. Is Steve Winwood considered yacht rock?
Steve Winwood?
Yeah, Winwood.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Give me a
higher love.
So,
Yeah, I think so.
Was mowing yesterday. Arc of a Diver. Banger. Will the old number fives have that on their playlist? Probably not. But if Brock and Watson, yes, can play
Watson, yes!
Arc of a Diver. I mean, absolutely. I mean, I'm mowing yesterday, and I don't know if you guys, but I don't know if you mow anymore, but like, you ever had a moment, maybe you're at the gym, to get relatable, and a song comes on like you've never heard before, and you just stop everything. You're like, I don't know what this is, but I like it.
Mm-hmm. That happens a lot. Yeah,
that
the
happened
car,
yesterday
wherever,
with Steve. Steve played in the ear pods, and
you never heard "Higher Love" by Steve?
No, I've heard that. I didn't
Okay.
know. I didn't know he's saying "Arc of a Diver."
Oh,
I mean, I'll tell you what.
I couldn't tell you I knew anything other than "Higher Love" by Steve Winwood.
I mean, it's a slow build, but man, it's just something about Steve, man. See, this is probably yacht rock. Come on.
Yeah, I've never heard this, I don't think.
You can go ahead and pump it up a little bit. We got some time. It does like this little beat stop.
Was he in a band before going solo?
I don't know. Come on now, right?
Big groove.
Mower got killed yesterday right on that part. I was like, wait a minute, is this Phil Collins? No, Steve Winwood.
Still live, still performing.
Let's go. Come on, Steve. Where do you start? Because I have mine. I see yours. It's been yours since I looked at you cross-eyed when Vern said the comment about Estevez.
Yeah.
Is that where it started? Or
It started with me.
I said, what's the worst mistake made this year in the front office?
I mean, I wrote it down, 223-26 on my notepad.
I was like, did you write that down? And you were scribbling.
Did. It's like right there. Vern said, right? And I wrote that down. Vern on Estevez. Royals,
velocity is down.
Down, yeah. And that's when it was on February 23rd, which was like the beginning of spring training, and they did nothing. It's malpractice by this organization to do nothing to fix that closer position, because there was a tweet that was rolling around yesterday, and this is crazy, too, when you look at the number. The Royals have a 7.33 ERA in the ninth inning this year, the worst in baseball by a wide margin. And so I did my due diligence. They've only lost 5 games in the ninth inning. So it's not like they would be a 500 team or anything like that if they just figured out the ninth inning. But still, that's where it all started. We knew on the 23rd, probably before that, probably on the 21st or 22nd, because Vern reported on the 23rd, that this was going on with Estevez. They've known, and they did nothing to try to rectify that closer position and change that position. They tried to put him out there when he wasn't ready and healthy. I mean, it was just a malpractice by the entire front office and the organization from that closer position this year, and it really set him back, and it's created a terrible bullpen right now. It's really messed up the entire look of this team, because you thought you had this guy ready to go. He wasn't ready to go, and instead of doing the right thing and going with your intuition, you still tried to roll him out there. And they totally failed. It was total mismanagement by this organization with that player.
I think the only issue that I have, and I understand like the start of the season, and to look at the season, what is it, 102 games now? They're 42-60. I think when you look at where the season is now, I'm not saying that injuries are an excuse.
No.
I'm not using that, right? Where I'm at is I think the problem that we got to this season, which is a tough problem to have arise, is that your veterans weren't cutting the weight, and you were constantly letting them go out there and hit 3 and 4. And that's Salvador Perez and Vinny Pasquantino. And I know hindsight is 20/20, and Michael Garcia was going to be your leadoff hitter no matter what. But man, Carter Jensen in that leadoff spot's been great. And seeing Cags play every day, righty or lefty, has been great.
Right.
And maybe that's something that if they started a little bit earlier and put trust in the youth, that was going to be the future of your franchise, and let them get those hacks earlier on, you'd have seen that offense uptick a little bit earlier, and you wouldn't have been in that hole where all of a sudden you needed Vinny Pasquantino to literally get hurt, go down and figure out rehab, and then you were like, oh, so that's Caglione. So Dusty's not high on life when he talks about the power and the pizzazz that this kid carries. And then there's Carter Jensen, who, to be honest with you, ought to be your leadoff hitter for the foreseeable future.
Absolutely.
Now, I know now you look at the team and Cags has the injury. We'll have Q on a little bit later on to talk about that dive, that, the shoulder or the head, whatever it was. But that, to me, is the biggest frustration part. Like, when you have these prospects that have this potential, you're never going to know unless they go out there and do that. And Bob said something I thought was great earlier where he said the Chiefs needed a 6-11 season. As a fan, you hate to hear that. And you might not like hearing that, but damn, dude, when you're the best in the world nonstop, sometimes you need a taste of somebody else's medicine to get knocked down a few pegs. And we'll see if that worked for the Chiefs. I'm assuming it will. But like, sometimes as a young prospect hitter, you need to know what it's like to go out there and strike out 3 times in a game.
Yeah.
And if you pout and throw your bat down, you're getting benched because, hey, man, this is a man's league. This is not a kid pout league where you throw your bat and break a helmet or something like that. And you have to trust these things, right? And I always go back to, like, my mom teaching me how to drive. She just pulled up in my dad's driveway one day to pick me up to take me back to her house after school and just got in the passenger seat. Didn't ask. Didn't say anything, just said you're driving. And it was only like a mile away, right? But it wasn't like, hey, are you ready? Are you good to go? You're going to drive to the end of the stop sign, and then I'm going to take over.
It's funny you say that because after my daughter wrecked her car, we immediately got in the Bronco, and I said, drive me to wherever.
Back on the saddle.
Right. You get right back into it. That's how you learn.
Yeah. And I mean, you see this with we had that conversation earlier where, like, Cags' at-bats were less than guys that have been in the league for half the time. Like, we're talking about J.J. Weatherholtz. We're talking about Kevin McGonigal. We're talking about these young prospects that he was in the draft class with. And if the well is rich, Nick Kurtz, Roman Anthony, J.J. Weatherholtz, all these guys, that well's probably rich in your part too. So to me, the biggest failure, and I'm sure that they would admit this too at the end of the season, is that they didn't give it a chance when they could have. And then when they did, like on TV right now, it's Carter Jensen in a home run, leadoff spot. Like, imagine, even if he hits 30 home runs in a season, if 10 of those home runs come in the top of the first, you've set the tone. And unfortunately now, you're staring down the barrel of Bobby Witt Jr. with lower back pain, which scares the hell out of me.
Oh, yeah.
My conservative side says, don't let him play the rest of the year, right?
Yeah, why bother?
Backs are funky.
Backs are weird, man. And once the back goes, ugh.
And Vinny's coming back from injury. Jack's now hurt. Michael Garcia's hurt. So now it's like, whatever. But again, I think the biggest failure they had this year was not letting the kids jump into the deep end with supervision.
Big
you don't
fan.
have to just hold them, but let them go, but let them know that you're there and that, like, failure's okay. But to me, that's where it started.
Well, yeah, they screwed that up too big time. But also, too, with all these veterans not producing at the beginning of the season, that's an organizational issue, right? To me, that's an organizational issue. It's not all of a sudden everybody just got bad at baseball. Like, what happened internally to have Salvi and Vinny and all of these guys at the beginning of the year who weren't producing? Something happened. That's an organizational thing, in my opinion. Like, why weren't they ready to start the season? Why weren't these veterans ready to go? I don't want to hear the World Baseball Classic maybe got in the way or anything like that, or injuries, as you mentioned. I'm with you. Injuries were not an excuse other than Estevez. This team was healthy going into the season, but none of the veterans were producing for the first 6 weeks of the season. And then the other mistake that this organization continued to make all season long by not playing the young guys, they continue to put Vinny and Sal at 3 and 4 when everybody else was a hodgepodge of a lineup. We're playing wheel of lineups and we're spinning a lineup, but 3 and 4 stayed the same for the first 8 weeks of the season and never moved. And so you're telling young people that they can't do the job, but then you're looking at, and then you have 2 veteran players who stink at their job and they're not getting moved off their job when the young players are doing good and they're not seeing any room for advancement. So I think it's an organizational issue. And if we're looking at the Chiefs going 6-11, this is the Royals equivalent. What did the Chiefs do? It wasn't roster changes that the Chiefs made really this season. They added Kenneth Walker. They did their draft. The Chiefs' biggest changes were behind the scenes, were on the coaching staff. And I think that's what the Royals need to find a way to address. Why, with all of these veteran players, did we come out of the gate so slow? And what happened there? Because to me, you got a Hall of Famer in Salvador Perez, pretty good player in Vinny Pasquantino for all of these years. What's been going on inside that clubhouse and inside that organization for these guys to come out so flat? That's where I'm looking. To me, yeah, the players got to play better, but if all of them aren't playing good, that's an organizational issue, and I can't blame the players for that.
This comes from my buddy David. He sent me something about Steve Winwood. He said Steve Winwood sang in the Spencer Davis group as a teenager. And now his daughter is in the Orbit in Nashville singing. So her name is Lily. But yeah, so I mean, it's just, just piles of frustration throughout the season. So again, we go back to the poll question.
I'm loving it. Well, hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
Better believe it. The poll question on the Fan 965, the Wednesday Fescoe and Dusty poll question. Should the Royals trade Michael Walker, yes or no? 88.9% out of 54 votes say yes. I couldn't agree more. Get what you can while you can. Yesterday we did breakout players. Now let's do from worst to first, or which team will be a bust. Plus Mac takes over with one word here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Bob Fescoe.
I'm surprised nobody punched him in the jaw yet.
And Dusty Likens.
He's a hoe, and I want that known.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, when your joints hurt every single day and you've been told you need surgery, it can feel like there's only one option. But you know what? There's not. There's many options out there, and one is QC Kinetics, because once a joint's replaced, there's no going back. And if you schedule surgery before talking to my friends at QC Kinetics, don't do that. Go get a second opinion. Whether you're dealing with pain from bone-on-bone arthritis, a torn meniscus, or years of wear and tear, surgery isn't the only conversation you should have. Talk to QC Kinetics about how they use regenerative treatments to deliver relief to patients like you right here in Kansas City. They concentrate tiny healing tools within your body right in the spot that's actually causing the pain. And the whole idea is to give you a real shot at holding off on surgery, or in some cases, avoiding it altogether. So don't just accept surgery as your only choice. Call QC Kinetics today for a second opinion and know your options. The conversation and consultation are totally free. Call them at 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. Off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone, 816-412-6299.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
And Doug.
Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons, and lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty. Hey guys, it's Cody and Gold, and this July, Centric is honoring freedom and those who earned it. At Centric, veterans and transitioning service members for civilian IT careers through hands-on training, career support, and strong employer relationships over at Centric.
And for those who qualify perhaps through the GI Bill, your benefits may help cover the cost of training. Your next chapter deserves the same purpose. Centric, training for what comes next. Centric.com. That's CENTRIQ.com.
At Jackson County Parks Plus Rec, there are countless ways to make your day.
Ooh, that's a great shot.
Take the Fred Arbanis Golf Course with 18 holes of championship-level golf and panoramic views of Longview Lake. It's no wonder GolfLink has named it the #1 public golf course in Missouri.
Way to sink it.
Nice birdie. The Fred Arbanis Golf Course at Jackson County Parks Plus Rec. Resort feel, affordable play. Learn more at makeyourdayhere.com.
Most of us are one good deal away from finally replacing that worn-out rug, fixing up the backyard, or getting the bedroom we actually want. Good news, that deal's almost here. Wayfair's Black Friday and July sale. Get up to 80% off area rugs and up to 60% off outdoor and bedroom furniture. Shop Wayfair's huge selection of styles and find the piece to fit your style, budget, and space. Plus, free shipping. Black Friday in July ends July 27th. Shop today at wayfair.com.
Wayfair, every style, every home. You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Is anyone paying attention to rural Kansas? Everything costs way too much, and the politicians in Topeka keep siding with big tech and give a thumbs up to these massive data centers. We need someone who will fight for our farmers and ranchers and all the working people of Kansas. Vicki Schmidt is running for governor. She's the insurance commissioner who is laser focused on lowering costs and taking a stand against these out-of-state tech companies. Vicki's running mate is Joe Newland. He's the former Kansas Farm Bureau president who has spent his career farming himself and advocating for our rural communities. Vicki Schmidt and Joe Newland will fight tirelessly to protect our land, water, and way of life. That's why the Kansas Farm Bureau has endorsed Vicki and Joe. Finally, someone who has our back. Vicki Schmidt and Joe Newland for governor and lieutenant governor. Defend US PAC paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising. Dustin McIntyre, Treasurer. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. DefendUSPAC.us.
This is Michael Waka from the Kansas City Royals, and you're listening to 96.5 The Fan.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLInjuryLaw.com.
A little slow in North KC, 169 highway southbound, right around 9 highway with that heavy stuff. That's just very brief down towards the airport exit. You're back to posted speeds, and from there, things look good into downtown. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Good morning. Soon to be,
I don't.
Good afternoon.
There we go.
So Salvador Perez, 1 home run shy of tying George Brett's all-time franchise record for the Royals at, 317? Does he hit 2 today? Better yet, does he tie it today? Because if he hits 2 today, I think they go on the road right after this. And not that anybody's diving into the Royals schedule at this point in the season. But they have a 1:10 start today. Yeah, then they go to Detroit. Kind of would like to see at least tie it here. I'm not trying to be too greedy, but I would like to see him at least tie it here. Was hoping he'd tie it last night and today go for the record. So, but yeah, so yesterday talking about breakout players and teams that maybe be a surprise team. I think I took Ashton Genty. I took Ashton Genty and I took the Tennessee Titans. Year 2 in a row with the Titans. Titans and Seahawks were my teams last year. Kind of Seahawks. I kind of got up on them about week 4 when I was like, all right, this JSN guy is pretty good. And Sam Darnold probably should have gotten signed by the Vikings. Next thing you know, they win the Super Bowl against the New England Patriots in a weird, wild, wacky NFL season last year. But when we do surprise teams, you also have to sandwich it with teams that might bust this year. And I'm going to say this year it's the Ravens. I don't know if letting go of John Harbaugh was the main reason why things started to sour maybe in Baltimore. I think it's evidently obvious now that there was probably a separation of growth between Harbaugh and Lamar and maybe that franchise, right? What was Harbaugh there, like 18 years or something stupid like that? Yeah. And, I mean, it was a long time. It was like 18, like Andy Reid, Tomlin, and Harbaugh were like the longest tenured coaches. And after that, it was like McVay, right? Like McVay's been there, 7 or 8 years? And I think when you look at what the Ravens have, it just feels like they're doing that this year of what we were so mad at Andy Reid doing last year. Hey, Pat, go save it. Hey, Mahomes, go do something crazy and we'll win because you do something that puts doubt in the minds of the defense. I feel like that's what Baltimore's doing this year with Lamar Jackson. Hey, buddy, it's your team now. Dad's out. You're on your own. You own the house. You have the keys to the car. The garage space is yours, all of that. And I'm not saying that John Harbaugh did that or didn't do that because we all know the famous 4th down play in Arrowhead a couple of years ago. And he was like, hey, Lamar, you want to do this? Mm-hmm. And he's like, yeah, let's do it. Go do it. And they won the game, whatever. It was cute. It was fun, whatever. But we've got to put life into reality. And is Derrick Henry still going to be their safety net?
That's a great question, man. How much longer can this guy do it, right?
And I don't want to question his ability because I've done that for 3 years now, and he just continues to be a freak.
Eventually, you're going to be right about that, though. Right. We all are.
Because last year, I believe it was it last year was like the fumble issues in like the first 2 months of the season?
Yeah, he had some fumble
and you're
loose
like,
keys.
what's going on, man? Like, why does he keep losing the ball? And I'm wondering if that regression is a drastic drop-off that we obviously see in quarterbacks a lot. Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, to give recent examples, or maybe Russell Wilson as well. But I'm just not sold on their roster completely, right? I don't know if Zay Flowers is the number one. Like, number one wide receiver, Terry McLaurin or Zay Flowers. They're both kind of like fringe ones, right? You'd love to have them on your team.
Yeah, they're like 1Bs.
Right, exactly. Mm-hmm. So, to me, I think when you look at the rest of the teams in the AFC and where maybe Baltimore stacks up, the AFC's loaded with offense. So are they thinking that Lamar Jackson can now become this like manager of a game and let the defense kind of keep them in contention throughout? And then, hey, Lamar, go do something special. Because it seems very similar to a Chiefs recipe that they did last year. Now, I don't know if the Chiefs had that great of a defense that the Ravens have potentially going into this year, but it seems like that's kind of the vibe, and I think that says it for disaster. So my bust team this year is the Ravens. I think they fall off this year because of 3 things. I don't know if Lamar Jackson is capable of doing what I just mentioned. I don't know and don't believe that Derrick Henry is going to continue to be their safety net. And I don't know if they have the offensive firepower to stand up to the rest of the teams in the AFC.
I don't even know if they have the right head coach to lead this thing, too. What if stuff does go south in September? Is this guy able to get it back in? We just don't know. The unknown at the head coaching position is very interesting for me with the love that Baltimore has been getting. They're acting, and I actually know this guy's name because I see it all the time, this Jesse Minter. They're acting like this guy's the second coming of Vince Lombardi, Bill Belichick, and Andy Reid, and this guy's never coached anybody, in the NFL before, let alone any other level as a head coach. So it's very interesting to see what he will bring to the table as the head coach and how he will hold it together when they do hit turbulence, because every team hits turbulence throughout the course of a season. My bust teams, I got 2. I got Denver because of all the one-score wins from last season. I don't think they're a team that was on the same page as the Chiefs were when they were winning all those one-score games. That's why I believed in the Chiefs last year, too. I'm like, they won one-score games. That's a good team. I think Denver got lucky a lot last year, clearly lucky in a couple of games last year. So I got Denver as a bust team. And look, this may be low-hanging fruit, New England. I mean, how can you not look at New England as the number one team that has the potential to bust? They went to the Super Bowl last year, and then their coach was the entire offseason. I mean, it was that the entire offseason was spent talking about the whatever you want to talk about with the head coach and the insider, Diana Rossini. So I'm interested to see that impact on this team and how that thing moves forward, because I don't know that we've seen a bigger distraction, self-imposed distraction in an offseason like we saw with the New England Patriots. It was every day and still going to be every day, especially once the season gets going again, and there's going to be more information that comes out. I think New England has an opportunity to bust this thing.
Yeah, I almost put New England. I had them for a second, and then the additions at wide receiver with A.J. Brown and Romeo Doubs, which was their biggest void last year, I'm just like, yeah, they'll still be productive. The distractions may hinder them. The schedule being harder may hinder them a little bit, but that's a 10-win team probably. That's still a very competent organization over there in New England. I'm going Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The jig's up. It's time. The schedule's really hard. They lost Mike Evans. They lost some players on defense. Baker Mayfield's played over his skis now a couple years in a row. I think they got a great offensive line. I love the running back core. Bucky Irving's been out all offseason with shoulder issues. Still not practicing. Still not. We'll see if he's available for training camp at the beginning of this. Yeah, I just think the jig's up. And I look at their schedule. I think it's really, really tough. I think that division's now taking a step up. And I'll also go the Seahawks.
So do you think the Bucs should sign Baker? Because he's in that contract.
Yes, the answer is yes, because I don't know that you're going to go out there and find somebody better right now. Like, where are you going to be drafting first and foremost? I think that factors in. Are you going to have a shot at Arch Manning, which the answer is probably going to be no. But I think right now, I think Baker's a really good quarterback. And I think you're in that spot with Tampa where you're like, maybe we can do better, but there's a real good opportunity we do much worse than what Baker Mayfield is. And so I would absolutely sign Baker. He feels like a great fit down there.
Oh, he definitely. I mean, if you watched any of the quarterback on Netflix, there's no doubt he's been a fantastic fit down in Tampa. The team loves him. The fans love him. There's no question. But you are in perpetual doom. You are just going to be perpetually 8 to 10 wins. You'll be in the mid. You'll be the new Steelers of the NFC, and that's not going to get you anywhere. You're not winning a Super Bowl with Baker Mayfield unless you stack this roster up. And guess what? That's already gone.
Yeah.
He joined Tom Brady's stacked roster team. We saw it. They won 10 or 11 games. It was really fun. He was an MVP candidate for 6 weeks last year, and now that team's gone. That Hall of Fame wide receiver's gone. Chris Godwin coming off of 2 major injuries, and Mika Egbuka, they're both the same wide receiver. Don't know how that's going to work. They are the same guy, so I'm confused at this whole team. And again, I like the Panthers a lot this season. I think the Panthers are going to take a massive step up and win that division. This is not the crappy NFC South anymore. And by the way, we've talked about the Saints. We didn't really mention them as much as we should have as far as surprise teams are concerned, but that's a team that's going to be coming on. They're on the come.
They are. Like, this is the best part about this time of the year is we're talking ourselves into the Carolina Panthers being good right now. And that's why the NFL
they almost won the division last year.
I know, but my point is that's why the NFL is such a great sport and why Major League Baseball. The number yesterday that I saw, the NFL generated $14.3 billion last year in income. That beat baseball, hockey, and basketball combined. So this is why the NFL is doing stuff like that, because every fan base right now is having these questions. Like even being down in New Orleans for a couple of days last week, people are excited about the Saints. I mean, they really are. They think that, hey, maybe this could be a year where we get things moving in the right direction. Yeah, they love their quarterback down there right now. And Kellen Moore's done a really nice job in his first year as head coach. And so this is the beauty of the NFL. They sell hope better than anybody in any industry, where everybody's waking up today and Mac's like, I really like Carolina. And they're in Carolina going, I think we got a really good chance to win this division. And somebody's waking up in Cleveland and going, we may not know who our quarterback is, but man, this whole division right now, this thing is wide open. We may have an opportunity to win this thing. Like, you can count out Arizona right now. Jacoby Brissett is holding out. The ball's on that guy to hold out. I mean, you're holding out from the Arizona Cardinals, who just happened to give you a job, and you're not going to show up because you don't like your salary. So that team you can already write off. But the 31 other teams in this league right now, yes, the Jets included, they're all talking about, man, if a couple of plays go our way, we're going to have an opportunity to do things. And that's why the NFL is the best sport out there, especially this time of the year, because everybody thinks they're going to win.
I'll also add, Todd Bowles is getting fired after this season. He's one of the coaches. I mean, Dan Quinn's getting fired after this season. That head coach situation down there in Tampa is bad news. So yeah, maybe they fire the coach. That's some text says fire the coach, keep Baker as a Tampa Bay fan. I would be okay with that. You got to fire Todd Bowles. He's gone. So, yeah, I'm out on them.
The other thing that helps New Orleans is, they took Jordan Tyson.
Mm-hmm.
And they have Chris Olave.
Yep.
And they have Jahan Johnson.
And they have Devin Neal and Alvin Kamara.
The real deal, Devin Neal.
The real deal,
from KU, buddy.
Yep.
And it just so happens that they're in New Orleans and their quarterback's name is Shuck.
Yeah, which is perfect. I mean,
awesome.
Come on.
What in the history of the NFL
made $14.5 billion last year?
But in the history of, let's just say the history of sports, has there ever been a player that is more wedded to a team based on their last name? I mean, that's
Jalen Royals.
But he's not on the Royals.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I mean,
Tyler Shuck.
Come on now.
And I won't say I made fun of him because of his name last year, and then he went out there and produced.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, this Shuck guy is actually worth a you-know-what. The other thing that's interesting, too, is Baker threw for 4,000, and then last year significantly dropped to 3,600. Lowest completions he's had, lowest attempts he's had in the last 3 years when he went 4,000 with Tampa Bay, and then last year 36. That's another thing that they'll have in the meetings of like, well, what do you want, a 3-year deal? He's like, no, I want locked up. I want a 4 with like a 5th-year option. You're not getting that. We'll give you 2. But yeah, I don't know about Tampa this year.
Suffered multiple injuries last year too.
True.
Yep.
Yeah.
Couldn't stay healthy. Always kind of been his deal. Small quarterback.
Your boy Field Yates says the sleeper in fantasy this year is Chris Godwin.
Chris Godwin, I know. Which kind of goes against what I'm saying, but I get he's the number 1 wide receiver, I guess.
Do they still have Cade Otton out there?
Still have Cade Otton.
Okay. We'll see. But Mac, time is yours.
One word.
First name is blank, and he goes on a cruise. He goes on a Caribbean cruise.
Katie Holmes.
No. Ah!
Are you listening?
What's your least favorite thing about working with yourself?
Body odor. You get one word.
On the count of 3, name your favorite dinosaur. 1, 2, 3. Velociraptor.
This is one word on Fescoe and Dusty.
1, 2, 3.
Oatmeal raisin.
Wednesday on One Word, brought to you by Maloney's, the Sand Trap, and the Landing. 3 great local spots. They've got delicious food, cold drinks, TVs to watch all your favorite sports teams. Go there and have lunch today and watch the Royals at 110. They've got outdoor patio seating, too, to enjoy the lovely few days this weekend that we're going to have with weather. So go out there and enjoy that. Today and on a Wednesday at Maloney's, it's the lemon garlic chicken. I gotta call this the Mac Mori. Half chicken tossed in lemon garlic sauce and roasted. Served with potato wedges, Mediterranean salsa, and pickles for $17. Any drink special that they offer at Maloney's all week is available today. That's a son of a gun of a deal right there.
Oh, yeah.
But the lemon garlic chicken, again, half chicken tossed in lemon garlic sauce and roasted, served with potato wedges, Mediterranean salsa, and pickles for $17. And any drink special that they offer during the week is available all day today at Maloney's. Woo. So that's a hell of a meal right there.
Hit it up. That
sounds good.
I was just saying, I probably would pass on the potato wedges, but I would smash. Like, maybe give me chips for that Mediterranean salsa and pickles.
Maloney going the Greek route again.
They got great house-made chips over there.
Hell yeah, they do. Tommy went chippy.
We talked teams who could bust. What about teams who could win the Super Bowl? Connor Orr of SI had an article, 14 teams he thinks are actually 12 teams. I think it was 14. Last year was 12. This year, 14 teams he think can win the Super Bowl. The Chiefs, not one of those teams listed. One word.
Wrong. I've seen other lists that say they can win the Super Bowl, so it's very subjective to all of this. But I understand it. It's more fun to say the Chiefs won't win the Super Bowl than to say the Chiefs are going to be back. It's easier to say that the Chiefs won't win the Super Bowl and cite injuries and try to come up with another team that maybe makes you look smart at the end of the year. But counting out the Chiefs will be the dumbest thing that anybody does in sports for the rest of the season.
I think my one word would be like contradictory, if that's even how you say that word.
Yeah.
Because they always say if Mahomes get in the playoffs, then they can win the Super Bowl.
Right.
And everybody's like, well, the Chiefs are probably going to be a playoff team. Might be wild card, might be whatever. But again, like we've all stated that this is not a Super Bowl or bust season for the Chiefs.
Not at all.
This is just like, get back up. Get back to being like, hey, there's that arrowhead on the helmet. That's them. They're here. Like, have a winning record, get into the playoffs, and then let the rest happen. So contradictory there because, like, they say if Mahomes get in the playoffs, they can win the Super Bowl. And then they say the Chiefs will be a playoff team, but don't think they're going to be the team of the past. So, whatever.
I mean, yeah, if you read the article, too, it's extremely contradictory because he says they may very well win 11 or 12 games this season.
That's a playoff team.
I don't see how they can, it's a playoff team. Yeah, I don't see how they can simply replace the losses of Watson, McDuffie, while also running back essentially the same version of the offensive line for another year.
But
which,
the
again,
offensive line was good. I mean, like...
Well, and it's not the same version of the offensive line. When Mahomes got hurt, 3 of the 5 starters were out.
Yeah.
Shu Godric was in.
Yeah.
Love that guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Who throws
He's great.
shoe,
Yeah.
honestly.
Let's go. Keep Chiefs here. Travis Kelce. Kalshi Football posted this top 10 tight end receiving yard seasons just in all-time football history. Travis Kelce on that list 3 times, and not only 3 times in the top 5, 2020, 2022, and 2018. One word.
Best. He's the best of all time, and that says it right there. You got 3 of the top 5 receiving yards in NFL history by a tight end. Yeah, the conversation's closed.
Mahomes. All 3 years, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You talk about a matchmaker in heaven.
Ooh.
Mahomes and Kelce. Rice and Montana. Aikman and Irvin. Moss and Culpepper, Moss and Brady. But, yeah, Mahomes.
There's not many of them, though, Dusty, is like you're saying. I mean, there's just not many of these combinations in sports history.
Yeah, evolution, too, you can see. Trey McBride, Brock Bowers are already on this list.
Yeah.
And I don't think they've got a great connection either over there. So very excited to see how they progress. The tight end position changing before our eyes every single season. College football could change too, quite a lot. We talked about the SEC maybe just saying, you know what, we're going to leave. We're going to become our own thing. Turns out that could actually be real.
Oh, it's very real. And this is something that has been going on for months because SEC presidents and chancellors have been talking about this since about February when they met in Nashville to talk about options of self-governance if they cannot get federal legislation. I mean, that's where the conversations are. And you can look at the Big 12 and the Texas Tech incident with Brendan Sorsby as an example of what this means. Because when you're talking about breaking away from the NCAA, you're talking about making and enforcing your own rules. In that case, the NCAA wasn't able to enforce its own rules on gambling. So the SEC, and Greg Sankey will tell you, we already do make some of our rules and enforce them, but if they can't get help from the federal government, get some antitrust protection so that every time they try to make a rule, the NCAA, they don't get turned around and somebody sues them for it. That's what these conversations are about.
And that's Heather Dinich, senior writer over at ESPN.
Yeah, bad. It's a bad idea. The South broke away once before, and it didn't work, right? We talked about it yesterday. They seceded from the Union. Learn from your history. When you break away from the greater good, often not, you don't really get what you're looking for, right? It's like when Texas says they're going to move away. Oh, fine, we'll cut your power off. Okay, we'll stay. But
worked out in 1776.
Yeah, well, it did then, but we're talking about the South right now, and they broke away, and they were right back here because it didn't work. And so you want to break away and do your own thing, that sounds all well and good, but it's not going to work. It's not going to be interesting. It's going to get real boring real fast if the SEC is all by themselves and everybody else is playing a completely different game.
I'll use the word inevitable. I mean, it's just a lot of smoke, man.
Yeah, no, it seems like it's actually legitimate. What's also legitimate is Chip Kelly, baby.
Is he the head coach at Northwestern?
I believe
was
so.
that a real picture?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's real. Chip Kelly, yes, he is the head coach. He's the offensive coordinator for Northwestern.
I thought he worked for J.E. Dunn.
But why are they rolling him out and not the head coach?
And he's Chip Kelly.
Yeah.
This is him on the field. Just you should go look up Chip Kelly right now anywhere on the internet, just because this picture's glorious. It's him.
Like a minion.
Yes, exactly.
I've never seen anything so funny.
He's got a hard hat on. He's got the vest, the purple Northwestern vest on.
Safety vest, yeah.
Yeah, he's doing the work. One word, Chip Kelly.
Funny. I mean, I laughed. I mean, the internet was going crazy yesterday. Yes. And that's why I thought, is Chip Kelly the coach at Northwestern? I didn't know that. Now you're saying he's the offense. Where's the head coach? That's a head coach job. You go out and meet the media as construction's finishing on a stadium. You don't roll the offensive coordinator out there.
I would say my one word would be business, as in
business.
Yeah. Hasbulla, Chip Kelly.
Business.
Kegs and eggs in football. Let's go.
Yesterday, Michael Beasley, he had words to say, baby. He was going off in the K-State KU alumni game. I believe they ended up winning. Michael Beasley was torching, throwing alley-oops, hitting threes, hitting middies. And talking smack, even gave a KU player a little kiss. One word on alumni games.
fun. Yeah, I mean, they're good. I don't know about this TBT, but I used to like it back in the day when they would do the barnstorming tours and come to high schools. Like, kind of, we talked about the Chiefs, a couple of weeks ago with their basketball thing. Like, you used to see that in the summertime, too. These guys would go around and play and have some fun with that. I don't mind that. That's a good way to make some extra dough for these guys in the off season.
Yeah, I think fun's a good one. I think summer is another one.
Yeah.
And you don't really know what to do. Not everybody's fortunate to go on vacation. Some people have staycations. And maybe that's something that, like, you got two boys or you got a girl and a boy that both love basketball, and you're their dad that grew up watching Beasley in Kansas, and Beasley beat him in Bramlage, and what was the quote? We can beat him here, there, Africa, wherever, we'll beat him.
Yep.
So yeah, that's kind of cool. Like, I don't know. I think it's cool. It's fun. It's interesting. So yeah, I did see the mid-range jumper though. Still looks like he could hit it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he's a baller. And then real quick, Bobby Witt Jr. not playing again. Back tightness, dealing with that. One word on Bobby Witt Jr. post All-Star break.
Bench. Keep him there. Don't mess around with the back.
Yeah, scary. I don't like back injuries at all. They concern me. So concern would be mine. Coming up in just a little bit before we get to that, though, don't forget, one word brought to you by Maloney's, the Sand Trap and the Landing. 3 great local spots, delicious food, cold drinks, and TVs to watch all your favorite sports teams. All 3 have outdoor patio seasonings. All 3 have outdoor patio seating to enjoy the summer nights. And don't forget, today at Maloney's on a Wednesday, the lemon garlic chicken. It's a half chicken tossed in lemon garlic sauce and roasted, served with the potato wedges, Mediterranean salsa, and pickles. It's $17 in any drink special they offer throughout the week. They offer all day today at Maloney's. It's a great deal. Coming up next, college football locals. We get in to discuss that here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for K-State Athletics.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Jack Caglione, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty. Weekday mornings starting at 6 right here on 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you, one of the things we love doing the most is hanging out in our backyard and enjoying our yard. And we get to enjoy it because of our friends over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control. We get to enjoy it because of that mosquito dome that goes up over the yard all spring and summer long. And if I'm telling you the honest truth, get a mosquito dome. You will love it. It will be the best thing that you do because you get to sit outside and not have to worry about mosquitoes. Your dog gets to run around the yard and not have to worry about those ticks and those fleas. And you get to enjoy your yard just like we do, because Aspen Lawn and Pest Control did an unbelievable job of turning our yard in from something awful into the best looking lawn on the block. And that's what we had. We had weeds, we had dead spots, we had roots all over, and we just couldn't figure it out. So we turned it over to the college educated professionals at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control, and now we have the best looking lawn on the street. They've been doing it since 1985. Right now, Aspen's going to give you a free estimate and up to half off your first application when you mention this ad. So visit them now at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
This July is America's 250th birthday, and Low T Center is celebrating 250 years of freedom with our 250 for 250 deal. All month long, men who start testosterone therapy and stay with it for 90 days earn $250 back. Our founding fathers recognized that to change our circumstances, we must be free, and 250 years later, you still have that freedom. So if you're over 40 and you've been dealing with low energy, low sex drive, you know what it's like not feeling like yourself. You don't have to stay that way. Low T Center is raising the T of America Patriots from C to shining C. Come celebrate 250 years of America with Low T Center's 250 for 250 deal, because bringing back that energy and vitality of your youth is worth celebrating. Visit fixmylowt.com to book your free tea test today. That's fixmylowt.com. Don't miss out on this offer. It ends July 31st. Terms and conditions apply.
It's the summer sales event at Rob's Side Ford. Your chance to upgrade without the stress. Rob's Side joins me now. Rob, what's the offer?
0% financing, $0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days on nearly the entire Ford lineup.
That's a serious summer deal.
Sure is. And unlike your brisket last weekend, these deals aren't dry.
Okay, that's fair. These savings are definitely juicy.
And we're backing it up with 2 years of complimentary maintenance, a non-commissioned sales team, and top trade-in trade-in values.
No pressure, no gimmicks at Robside Ford. The way car buying should be.
We're Kansas City's top-rated Ford dealer. 4.8 stars, nearly 3,000 Google reviews, and a better experience from start to finish.
So skip the smoke and the dry meat. This summer, start at Robside Ford.
135th and State Line or robsighc.com. 0% financing, $0 down, 0 payments for 90 days, and 2 years of complimentary maintenance.
Robside Ford, buy right, drive happy. And next time, maybe stick to potato salad.
Hi, thanks for calling Uline.
Wait, did the phone even ring?
Nope.
Okay, so you answered before the ring. But now you're going to put me on hold, right?
We don't do that here. We're real people answering the phone, ready to help with your order when you are.
Uline has thousands of quality products for your business and warehouse needs, always in stock, ready to ship same day, and backed by Uline's legendary 24/7 customer service. Uline, we warehouse for you.
Hey, this is Lauren, and a little thing I love about the hash brown scrambled burrito is that it's going to add the protein that you need, the eggs with those crispy nuggets. It's the ultimate combo.
Hi, this is Maya, and a little thing I love about the hash brown scrambled burrito is that it's packed with protein. Having Chick-fil-A chicken in a breakfast burrito is just phenomenal to me. You have the chicken, you have the eggs, and then you add these hash browns. It's just complete, honestly.
Order the Chick-fil-A hash brown scrambled burrito and Simply Orange Juice on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
The world's biggest soccer tournament has arrived, and you can trade the entire tournament on Kalshi. On Kalshi, you can trade every match from the opening rounds all the way to the final. Last week, Spain was trading at 17% to win it all, meaning a $100 trade could pay out $572 if they win soccer's biggest prize. Want to know what they're at today? Check Kalshi. On Kalshi, you're trading against other people in a live market. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code PITCH to get a $10 credit when you trade $10. Kalshi, Kalshi, trade on anything. 18 plus only, must be present in state where it is legal to trade. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, value, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. $10 free credit with no expiration. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. For more information, see kalshi.com/regulatory.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
AC service shouldn't be a hassle. That's why KC calls on KB Complete for all their cooling needs. For over 30 years, whether it's an AC repair, replacement, or maintenance, no job is too big or too small. From start to KB Complete, we believe in honest work, real results, and the kind of care that makes a difference. Call KB Complete at 913-730-5111 or visit kbcomplete.com today.
Your job's not done until it's KB Complete.
$30 million in guaranteed prizes you can cash in this football season out in Las Vegas with 3 Circa Sports contests. Entries starting at $1,000, all with zero rake. Circa Million, 18 weeks of point spread action, 128 ways to win. Or Circa Survivor, you pick one winner each week, the last one standing wins. And Circa Grandissimo with a $100,000 entry. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere, $30 million guaranteed. Visit circasports.com for details.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the car crash kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
North KC, 29 southbound heavy with an accident at Armour. Left lane blocked. Delays back up to Davidson. 35 southbound getting heavy from before the Choteau Traffic Way. Kansas side, 635 southbound solid from I-70 down towards Metropolitan with an accident at the exit ramp, but you can still make that exit. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Moving right along on a Wednesday. Do you keep Tuesdays the same after you say I do?
I just want to win, Jim.
Fair enough.
Of course. Did Bob?
Yeah, well, I don't know when they started Tuesdays. I don't know if it was before they got married. I didn't know Bob pre-gin.
I've been pounded this week.
That's disgusting. This is a funny question on Fox 4 this morning. Do you stand up as soon as the plane lands? Yes or no?
No.
It's 50-50.
It's 50-50.
Oh,
50-50?
Now it's
67-33.
It's
now
going
it's
good.
75-25. Now it's 83-12.
There's a bunch of liars on that poll, man.
Good.
Half the damn plane always stands.
All right, now it's at 95-5.
I respect the 5% of people like, yeah, dude, I do. It saves time.
It
No,
doesn't.
it doesn't.
No, it really doesn't, though. That's the thing, especially if you're, in row 2. You got to wait for somebody in front of you all the time, to get their bags and all that kind of stuff. No, I sit. There's no reason to get up. You're just going to stand there, and it's uncomfortable to stand.
I just don't get it.
Yeah, you're not going anywhere.
Where are you going, Daryl? Nowhere.
Oh, I had a guy yesterday about 8:00 last night on 135th Street and right between like Knoll and Metcalf. Guy had a big red truck, real high. He's got like his whole life strapped to the top, right? And you could see the lights getting ready to change. So what this guy does is he floors it in the left lane, cuts everybody off in the right lane, and while he's doing that, huge black smoke goes all over everybody. I've got the windows open. I get home, my wife goes, "You smell like gas." I go, "Well, let me tell you about this Richard that was driving around, slamming on the gas, blowing black smoke into everybody's face yesterday."
Yeah, that's not good. I never really liked those trucks.
What do you gain from that? Like, what are you trying to hide?
You're small, Richard. Yeah, that's my thing. You just gained 2 inches morally. Awesome. What can Missouri and Kansas gain this year with successful seasons?
A lot, I think. I think it's a big season for both Missouri and Kansas. And I'm not including Kansas State because they got a new coach, right? They've got their guy. Everybody's excited in Manhappiness right now for football, right? Mac, you got some K-State ties over there,
Colin
right?
Klein?
People are happy. I still think there's expectations, but yeah, they're happy.
But they're excited that Colin Klein's there, right?
Yeah. I just think if they win 5 games this year, that'll dissipate immediately.
Immediately, yes. But as of right now, where we sit, everybody's good in Manhattan.
All in.
Hey, we're turning this thing around. We got our guy.
go.
We're ready to go.
Oh, yeah.
You look at Missouri right now, right? And I find it funny. I thought of this because Eli's comments yesterday about the best thing to leave Kansas is I-70. Ha ha. It's all funny, right? I love the rivalry, and we need more of that. I think it's fantastic. But I think Missouri and Kansas guys are both kind of in those critical seasons for where they're going to go. Like from my standpoint, and you guys probably are more Missouri fans. Well, clearly more anybody who's got an ounce of Missouri fan in them is more than I am. But like it's time for them to take that next step, isn't it? Like to get into that elite group now. You've got the stadium, all finished, and you've got a lot of things going in your direction, a lot of money coming into Missouri. Don't you guys feel like it's time for them to take that next step in the SEC and really be competing for an SEC championship all season long? And then for Kansas this year, I think it's a critical season as well for their coach to find out if they're victims of what the Royals were in 2024, and that was just taking advantage of a situation, or if this guy can really turn the program around. And so I think for Lance Leipold, it's a very intriguing season for them over there in Lawrence, Kansas, because if they don't do some good stuff over there, you're going to hear about, now we got a new stadium. We got to find a coach that's going to help us win over here.
So is the next step for Mizzou getting to the college football playoffs?
Yeah, I think so. I do. What do you guys think? Is that too high of an expectation right now?
I don't know if it's too high. I think that's where a lot of Mizzou fans are. I think, and I speak with, closeness to Mizzou fans. They're, man, how do I say this without disrespecting some Tigers? I feel like half of them feel like Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Like, we're going to go 10-7. We're going to play in a pretty good bowl game. We're going to have, I know the record doesn't indicate that, but like, we're going to be in a bowl game. We're going to be in the Cotton Bowl. We're going to be playing on December 29th. And now I think that some of those that might think that that's fine. Hey, football keeps me competitive on Saturday. We've got a pretty good team. We're in the SEC. We have some upset wins every once in a while. And then you get the Chiefs on Sunday, right? I would assume most Missouri Tiger fans are mostly Chiefs fans. Whereas now, with the way Eli...
Until 2031,
That's fair. Where
Talk
I
to you
think
later.
Now we're kind of seeing the Eli Drinkwitz effect that hit me last year. Where this guy goes up there in a press conference and really puffs his chest out. Mm-hmm. This guy sticks up for his players. This guy bleeds yellow and black.
He's great for leading a program,
But at some point...
You got to win.
You got to get to a point where you're not familiar getting. And that's not the other side. It's the side of the upside, which is, hey, you've gotten great recruits. Man, I mean, Luther Burden, when they got Luther Burden, I still remember the video of Eli Drinkwitz and all the guys going like, hey, we landed him. And it was like, okay, you've got this, badass receiver. You're bringing back Ahmad Hardy. Your quarterback, I know we'll figure that out when the season gets there, but they've got a good name coming in. Now I think there's out of that 50% that say, hey, just keep it competitive. There's a little bit of that percentage. It's now like, all right, man, like let's go play for something more than just a bowl game that doesn't mean anything anymore, where the team we play doesn't play their starters. Like I think one year they played Georgia, and Georgia's like, yeah, we're not playing anybody.
Yeah, Ohio State did the same thing.
It's one of those things where like I think Drinkwitz is a good coach. I think he's a great players coach. I think he's a hell of a recruiter, and I'm glad that Missouri has kept him. But I think there's also the part of like, once you've done that, it's like, what next level can you take?
Yeah.
Right, Mac? When you were a kid and you were playing Madden consistently, all pro or pros fun, right? But once you start winning every game 35-13, it's like, all right, now I need to see if I can do this on all pro. Like, yeah, I can win in this level and I can continue to be great and like put up stats, but like, am I any better moving forward? And I think that's what a lot of Mizzou fans want to see, is they want to see that moment where it's like, all right, Eli, in this situation, run the ball with Hardy on 3rd and 1. Don't do this weird bubble screen quarterback delay. Go with what got you there. And I think that that's a fair assessment to have with Eli Drinkwitz, because they're in a better position than Kansas. They really, truly are.
They're
in a better team.
better, yeah.
They're in a better conference. But can they beat teams like Tennessee, Mississippi State, steal one from a Florida, steal one from an Alabama, something like that? Don't go up there and get blown out by the top tier in the SEC. So, yeah, I mean, if Mizzou's in the college football playoffs, man, you're going to see a lot of tiger stripes out there in the metro area.
I'd argue that they're in the same exact situation as KU, actually. They
Why
might
is
be a
that?
better team. They might be in a better conference, but it's the same thing. KU, can you beat the teams in the Big 12? Missouri, can you beat the teams that matter in the SEC? They're both middling teams in their conference, and they have not been able to push through.
But Kansas has only been that for about 2.5 years.
Yeah, right.
Missouri's been doing this with Eli Drinkwitz since he got
that's
there.
why,
which may even be worse.
Like for Missouri,
You could argue.
it is worse technically because it's been longer. However, if you were to ask Kansas or Missouri fans who they feel has a better chance to have a better season this year, everybody's saying Missouri because they just have
their
more
over-under
of a track
wins
record.
is a difference of 5.5 and 6.5.
Wow, that's a small one for Missouri.
I mean, they're in the SEC.
I know.
Florida,
I know.
A&M, Ole Miss,
So to
Texas,
Dusty's point,
Georgia,
though,
OU, they play all those teams.
When do Missouri fans start saying, all right, like when do Missouri fans become the Buffalo Bills and demand change and get the coach fired like they did up in Buffalo? Because that's the situation that Missouri is right now. They're essentially the Buffalo Bills. They're really good, but they just can't break through. And then we saw what Buffalo did. We'll see how that ultimately turns out.
You've got to do it at the right time like the Chiefs did with Andy Reid and be that team attractive enough to do it. You won't be attractive enough for Lane Kiffin, but you've got to find that guy. It won't be attractive enough for the Andy Reid of college football, whoever that is.
Could you give us their powder cake first four yesterday? After those first 4 games, where does it go?
Yeah, so then after those first 4, so it's AR, Pine Bluff, Kansas, Troy, then Mississippi State. Then after that, it's Florida, A&M, Ole Miss, Arkansas, Texas, Georgia, Kentucky should be a win at home, and then Oklahoma. It's a tough stretch, which is just going to be every time.
But what does Kansas's schedule look like, too? I mean, how tough is the Big 12 going to be this year? Obviously, you're going to have K-State, who has KU's number every single year. I don't know what Iowa State's going to do. They've got a new coach rolling in there. The big wild card is going to be Colorado this year. Like, I mean, are they going to be worthy of even fielding a team? What are they going to do?
Yeah, and
out there.
Unfortunately for KU, they do not play Colorado.
Oh, they don't?
Nope.
See, that sucks. That's why these big conferences stink, because you don't get to play the opportunity.
They get UCF, Oklahoma State, BYU, Utah. They get the good guys. K-State, TCU should be a win, hopefully.
Is TCU going to be any good this year, though?
I don't think so.
I don't know. They seemingly have a good
TCU.
team. At TCU. BYU will be, obviously.
They play Arizona State out of conference. That's not fun either for them. It's at home, but that's a real program.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they start with LIU.
Who?
I don't know.
LIU?
LIU Sharks.
LIU?
Yeah.
Long Island University?
I'm thinking that Long Island, Long Island University.
Are you kidding me?
That's who they open up with.
Well, Long Island University. I grew up in that. I never even heard of that place. Yeah. Why are you playing a game against Long Island University? And what the hell does that do for you?
They get to host Missouri. They do get it at home.
Yeah, but why are you playing Long Island University? That's stupid.
It's a win.
So I mean, come on. Does that make
you're paying them to come play?
Yeah, you're paying them. Yes.
Yeah, you're paying them.
Oh, by the way.
Did you consider Brett for Miller?
Did Will Chamberlain or Danny Manning, have they reached out to Wiggins?
You think I'm a damn fool? And also just wanted to double check that Dan Kilgore is going to practice today. I'm sick and tired of all this bullshit. Coach, we appreciate the time. Thanks for joining us.
By the way, Bob, that wasn't gas, that was diesel. Coming up on the other side, we'll get to the countdown to the NFL season as Mac will give us another question here on 96.5 The Fan.
Any THC beverages back there?
Kansas City Sport.
Get bent.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, analytically the best morning radio show in Kansas City, as voted by people.
There's a lot of people talking out of their butt.
Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you.
When it comes to my policy, Farmers gives it to me straight, so there's no surprises.
It's your coverage. You should never be confused.
You hear that? An insurance provider with a conscience.
We're a choir, but yes, we have that too.
Straightforward coverage you can literally understand. That's what you get when
you have Farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Learn more at farmers.com. Underwritten by Farmers Truck or Fire Insurance Exchanges or Affiliate. Products not available in every state.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at Window World want you to be happy with your windows. I want you to be happy with your windows, and so do the Chiefs. That's why Window World windows are the official windows of the Kansas City Chiefs, because best knows best, right? That's why they're the official windows of the Fescoe household as well, because Window World windows are the best replacement windows you can put in your home. And that's just not me or the Chiefs saying that. That's all people saying that. Good Housekeeping seal of approval. They're one of just 2 windows in the world to get the Good Housekeeping seal of approval. And they're ranked #1 of windows sold in the country by Qualified Remodeler magazine. So you know you're dealing with an awesome company when you get those replacement windows from Window World. When we needed replacement windows years ago, we made one call, and that was to Window World. We had over 30 replacement windows put in, and now our house stays cool in the summertime, stays warm in the winter because none of that heat or air conditioning is escaping. We don't have any wind coming in or anything like that. Our house is sealed up and ready to go. It's time for you to get Window World out for that free in-home estimate. Give them a call at 1-800-GET-WINDOWS. That's 1-800-GET-WINDOWS or at windowskansascity.com. 1-800-GET-WINDOWS. It's Window World.
If you need a new garage door, this could be your lucky day. Entries are open now for the $5,000 sweepstakes at Overhead Door Company of Kansas City. A winner will be chosen at random to receive $5,000 towards new garage doors, openers, or front entry doors of their choice. Deadline to enter is the end of the month to win the $5,000 sweepstakes with Overhead Door Company of Kansas City. Enter now at overheaddoorkc.com. You can't win if you don't enter at overheaddoorkc.com.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken.
Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Even on weekends and holidays, Anthony Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric shows up. Expect reliable HVAC plumbing or electric service. Plus, enjoy $500 off a new HVAC system this summer. Schedule your free consultation at anthonyphce.com.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
Brought to you by Anthony Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric, Missouri side, North KC, 29 southbound, accident at Armour slows you back on the 35 from the Shoto Traffic Way, heading on the Kansas side, 435 southbound, very slow from Wood End down to Midland with construction. Home issues rarely happen at a convenient time. When HVAC, plumbing, or electrical issues happen, you need a team that shows up. Even on weekends and holidays, Anthony Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric shows up. With flexible financing, comfort is always within reach. Plus, enjoy $500 off a new HVAC system this summer. Scheduled today at AnthonyPHCE.com. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
This is your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan, KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, in Odyssey Sports Station. Welcome into Fescoe and Dusty.
I mean, come on, guys. What are we doing here?
A show that, analytically, exists between 6 and 10 weekday mornings on Kansas City's only FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
Oh, buddy.
Live from the studios that brought you.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Here's Bob Fescoe and Dusty Likens.
Oh, buddy's right. The Chiefs equipment team is packing up for training camp.
Yep, there they go. I always feel sorry for those guys. They load up all of that stuff to move north for like 3 weeks, and then they got to load it all up and move it all back.
Oh, they live for this.
No, they don't. It's like the worst week of the year for those guys. I mean, so much work.
At least it's in boxes.
Yeah.
And on wheel carts. Did you get excited for Chiefs training camp St. Joe as the boys are headed north to get the season started?
End of the week, right?
Yeah. Wednesday's the, first practice?
Mm-hmm.
Next week. So a week from today. Mac, while you're getting laid in Hawaii, because that's what they do there.
You get off the plane, you get laid. Yep.
Right. Jay Binkley, his eyes will be getting laid as he watches guys in yellow jerseys throw to guys in shorts and get ready for the season. Jay Binkley did say something that was very noteworthy.
He did.
This is the most important training camp in the Mahomes era.
I thought that was very interesting by Jay, right? I kind of made a note of that mentally, and then it kind of went away.
You didn't
because
put it in your book?
Well, he was talking for 4 straight minutes.
3 minutes and 58 seconds.
3:58, is that what it was? 3 minutes and 58 seconds?
Unreal.
I mean, I've never seen it. That was a filibuster like you've never seen before.
Do you know why I pulled you over? Yes, I ran a red light, was going too fast in the intersection, did a U-turn, was illegal, and I was speeding.
Yeah. So yes, I didn't write it down, but that, what do you guys think about that? Because I did want to bring that back, and I don't think he's wrong. I really don't. Based on everything that we've seen so far, he said this is what the most significant training camp, most important training camp under Patrick Mahomes, because really, guys, if you're following the Tom Brady playbook, the new era of Patrick Mahomes begins after the knee injury that Tom Brady had at the same time that, he was there. So this is the new era of Patrick Mahomes, new coaches on the staff. It's going to be interesting, yeah.
And I think there's notes to that because, what are we, Mac, 48 days out?
Yeah, 48 days.
Okay. And I think it's important in the Mahomes era because, fellas, you have a new wide receivers coach.
Mm-hmm.
You have a new offensive coordinator. Not new, but new. Different than last year and the year prior. And you have a free agent running back. You also brought in DeMarco Murray. So, the question today that I'll ask you two, what's the better duo going into training camp that you like? Chatty O'Shea getting to work with Xavier Worthy or Eric Bieniemy getting to work with Ken Walker III?
It's Worthy and O'Shea. It's not even close.
Okay.
Yeah, because
I agree.
I think Ken Walker's probably had good running back coaches. I don't know that EB is a great running back coach. I don't know anything about his coaching style from that standpoint, but I know how bad it was here with the wide receivers and how bad they need a voice and a guy that's coached 17 years of this position in the NFL. I think he may be the MVP by the time that this whole season is said and done. And I say that almost tongue-in-cheek, but I really hope that we're talking a lot about Chad O'Shea as the season goes along in a good way. And that means the wide receivers are doing what we expect. And that all that credit, when these wide receivers take that next step, all of the credit in the world goes to Chad O'Shea.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, you're also talking about just a player that's more raw. Ken Walker is who he is. He's going to come here and do what he does. But frankly, like, EB's been this offensive coordinator. What sort of impact did he have on the running game? It's going to be what Andy Reid wants to do, and he wants to pass the ball, and that means Xavier Worthy needs to be impactful at every point in this season. And I think I talked about it yesterday. I think he's going to become a much better route runner. I've already seen snippets of it in OTAs and training camp, things like that, or OTAs and mini camp, things like that. He's got what it takes to be a real wide receiver in this league, and I don't want to hear about the injuries either. One freak injury last season, and then an ankle that sort of ailed him. He played every game at Texas in the SEC against NFL-level defense. So, yeah, Chad O'Shea and Worthy for sure are that one. What about this?
I just think, like, Worthy is good, but Worthy has never been given direction. It's like when you take a sales job and they don't train you and they just give you the phone book and they say, go make calls, you're like, well, you're not going to be successful doing that. You need direction, you need help, you need, assistance, all that kind of stuff. I just don't think those guys had it because the guy who was supposed to be giving all of that help was clueless and didn't deserve to be in a position where he was giving that help.
How about this? Which one would you rather? Rashee Rice emerge or R. Mason Thomas emerge as this year's great at their position?
Yeah, it's R. Mason Thomas for me. I'd love to walk away from this season going, we got ourselves that rush end. I think there's a decent enough chance, and I was going to ask you this. Do you think Worthy could have a better season than Rashee Rice?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay. There's a possibility. There is a possibility that it happens. If that deep ball is hitting like it was supposed to be from day one, and he understands how to run those routes, and he's pulling in plays like that, there is that possibility. He may not put up the numbers that Rice does, but at the end of the year, I think maybe we're saying, man, maybe Worthy is more worthy of a contract than Rice is. But for those two, give me R. Mason Thomas. I want to have that stud defensive end. Again, I continue to go back to that Dallas game last year, and for the first time, just totally realizing how slow and undermanned our defense was because we didn't have that defensive line that so many other teams in this league have.
Yeah, Frank Clark, probably the last guy we saw that gave you an opportunity to close out a game on the end. I know Jones can do that with a different position. Outside of that, it's Justin Houston. And, so many times, like Bob says, the Dallas game, but I see so many games, obviously, watching Red Zone, where it is that guy on the edge where it's like, I don't think this is a Tyler Shuck highlight. I think this is a JJ or a TJ Watt highlight.
Mm-hmm.
And we haven't had that, and Spags hasn't had that type of guy, and I'm hoping that we can get that on this team because Thomas is what they've needed. I don't know.
Speed.
I mean, they need speed. They need somebody that can close the game to a quarterback. I mean, you're going to play – the position has evolved to a point of, like, Bo Nix, you may not give credit for his arm, but the way that his legs work and the way that his vision works – it complements his arm, and if he has time to go back there and do whatever he wants to do, you're also going to get Bo Nix coming in here with an injury. Coming off a season where his ankle has been hurt yet again in his career, third or fourth time since high school. And if you can close the quarterback and you can have somebody that you can actually trust to go out there, and while Chris Jones is getting double-teamed, someone can finally take advantage of a single team because they have elusive speed, I think R. Mason Thomas is that guy. Look, if Rashee Rice goes out there and gets 1,300 yards, 9 touchdowns, and has 91 catches, then that's awesome. That's great. But I mean, if you have a guy like R. Mason Thomas that can go out there and on third downs kill the drive, or in fact give the ball back to 15, that's also going to complement Rashee Rice in the end of games or the end of the season when you look at the stats. To your point of Xavier Worthy and Rashee Rice, the only reason I would say I debunked it so quickly is volume.
Yeah.
I mean, Rice is going to get 8-9 targets a game, whereas Xavier Worthy is going to probably get somewhere on average around 3 to 5. Now, I don't know how many times the deep ball is going to get completed, but Rashee Rice is going to run through the middle, run through the outside, go up top, do screens, all that sort of stuff. That's the only reason.
He's also really good.
Yeah, he is good.
Yeah, he's also, like, when you said those stats, like, would you be surprised if he had that?
No, I wouldn't.
I expect that. I expect 1,200 yards out of him, 90 catches, 7 touchdowns.
Yeah, we'll see ultimately, what he does.
In the offseason.
Yeah, well, again, the Tyreek Hill deal for him. You make the roster, you get a $20 million bonus. Sorry, pal. You have not earned the opportunity of us investing into you because of your off-the-field stuff.
Someone will give him a bag.
I'm sure somebody absolutely will give him a bag.
We'll get back to our poll question. Plus, we give you what's gone viral yesterday, the first 4. That is NFL season, first 4, plus where Ken Walker lines on the money line here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Carter Jensen, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, weekday mornings starting at 6, right here on 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Hey, the summer's rolling along, and that means the heat's going to stay there, which means you need to cool down with a Surfside. You know what I'm talking about. You go out to the K, you're watching the game, 0 bubbles, 0 troubles in your hand with a Surfside. Grab a delicious Surfside today. It's only 100 calories, and the best part is 0 bubbles. That means there's 0 troubles. So it's easy to sip and enjoy while you're at the game or hanging at the tailgate Also, ask for Surfsides at your local bar and liquor store and grab it at the game. You must be 21 years of age. Please drink responsibly.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this ad for your morning commute to wake you up, which could help your driving. Science says that stimulating the brain increases alertness. So here's a pop quiz. How many months have 28 days? What gets wetter as it dries? What has keys but can't open locks? If you don't want to hear the answers, turn off this Liberty Mutual ad now. 12 months, a towel, piano. Enjoy being fully alert.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
How old is your roof? If it's over 15 years old, now's the time to catch small issues before they become costly repairs. Century Roofing has protected Kansas City homes for more than 36 years and installed over 36,000 roofs. That's why homeowners voted Century Roofing Best Roofing Company in Johnson County for the 5th year in a row and Best in Kansas City for the 2nd consecutive year. Schedule your free inspection today at CenturyRoofingKC.com. KC based and female owned. Century Roofing. Trust the pillars of strength.
Century Roofing. Trust the pillars of strength.
This summer, there are 250 reasons to join T-Mobile.
Girls trip? Booked. And switching to T-Mobile helped make it happen.
With Experience Beyond, switch and get $100 back. Plus, $650 in value in built-in plan benefits. That's $750 in your first year, guaranteed.
And honestly, that $100 back, I'm putting it towards the zip line.
Now that's how you do summer.
Exactly. Best switch I ever made.
This is just one reason to join T-Mobile this summer. There are 250 reasons. Find yours.
Savings based on the value of benefits included with Experience Beyond, like entertainment and 1 year of AAA Classic and Dash Pass on us. Benefits may require activation. See plan for details. Get $100 via virtual prepaid MasterCard with eligible ported, no cash access, and expires in 6 months. Issued by Sunrise Banks, N.A. member FDIC. Allow 8 weeks.
Onyx, I keep having stomach issues. Please make me a doctor's appointment.
Okay. Are you suffering from diarrhea, bloating, gas, or oily stools? If so, you may want to ask your doctor if it could actually be a problem with your pancreas, called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI.
My pancreas? How is EPI treated?
A prescription medicine like Creon, pancrelipase, is used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes. Creon is the #1 prescribed treatment for EPI.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. You can learn more at 1-800-633-9110.
Before your appointment, visit creoninfo.com. That's CREON info.com.
By now, you've heard that Booth Creek Wagyu steaks and beef are the best tasting, most flavorful cuts you've ever had. And if you don't believe us, try it for free. Try Booth Creek Wagyu anytime at 95th and Knoll or 135th and Metcalf. Stop by our store and we'll prepare a free mouth-watering sample of your selected choice cut. Heart-healthy, low-cholesterol, authentic American, full-blooded Wagyu steaks and beef. We know you'll love it as much as we do. Crafted for exceptional beginnings. Join the Booth Creek Wagyu revolution at boothcreekwagyu.com.
Hi, it's Mitch Holtis, voice of the Chiefs. Be a part of history by attending Chiefs training camp in St. Joseph, Missouri this summer and see the Chiefs up close. Make the trip to St. Joe something for you and your family to remember. Go to stjomo.com to view or download a free visitor guide and plan your trip. It's where the Pony Express started and Jesse James ended. That's stjomo.com for all the details to make your trip. Chiefs Training Camp in St. Joseph, Missouri will be one you'll never forget. Produced in cooperation with Visit Missouri.
This is George Karloftis, and you're listening to your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
Brought to you by Anthony. Plumbing, heating, cooling, and electric. Missouri side, North KC, 29 southbound. Accident at Armour slows you back on the 35 from the Shoto Traffic Way. Heading on the Kansas side, 435 southbound, very slow from Woodend down to Midland with construction. Home issues rarely happen at a convenient time. When HVAC, plumbing, or electrical issues happen, you need a team that shows up. Even on weekends and holidays, Anthony Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric shows up. With flexible financing, comfort is always within reach. Plus, enjoy $500 off a new HVAC system this summer. Scheduled today at AnthonyPHCE.com. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
I'm loving it. Well, hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday indeed to all of you in Kansas City or wherever you are listening. Bob Fescoe, Mac Morey, Dusty Likens with you real quickly on the Royals here. It's the Fescoe and Dusty Wednesday poll question. Should the Royals trade Michael Wacha? Yes or no? 91.1% say yes.
Wow.
So
that may be the biggest one-sided, lopsided poll result we've had, isn't it? Like that? 91%?
Pretty big up there.
I mean, to get 91% of the people to agree that like ice cream is good is hard to do. I'm lactose intolerant.
And other news, Pat McAfee releasing an album?
Yeah, he's releasing an album. I think it's going to be really good. What he said about the album is, he's telling the story of his life, basically.
It's not going to be good. I mean, it'd be better if he just did poems. But he's going to
How do you know it's not going to be good, though?
I've got my suspicions. I mean, Pat McAfee rapping is not necessarily something that
I don't know that he's going to be rapping. I think he said he's got a bunch of songs that he's been, and he wants his kids to learn about who he really is because he's tired of getting run over for ESPN firing people. And I don't blame him. He didn't do anything. He's making $60 million a year. He doesn't even work for ESPN. They lease his show. So that tells you how much money they're making off of Pat McAfee.
Which also means this whole $60 million is not going to him.
It's not. Yes, he pays his show.
I didn't really know. I don't think we really knew that, but that makes more sense. Yeah, that's paying for his show, which makes more sense. What I've been saying, no one person should be making that much money. He doesn't bring in $600 million of revenue by himself. That makes more sense.
No, it's for the whole show. They're basically paying a rights fee for the show like they do for the NFL.
Yeah.
Like they do for the NBA. They're leasing the Pat McAfee show from Pat McAfee. Once their lease agreement is up, Pat could take it somewhere else. And so, they're paying him $60 million. How many people does he have on staff that he pays out of that $60 million, right? Not just the in front of the camera people. It's all the behind the scenes people. I bet you there's 10 to 20 people probably on the Pat McAfee show staff that he's paying out of that $60 million. Is it a lot? Yeah, you better believe it's a lot. But it also generates the money. These big businesses do not keep high-priced people around unless they are generating the money to support their salaries. And so when you see Pat McAfee out here making this kind of dough and his show making this kind of dough, it's because it generates a whopping amount of money for that organization. Otherwise, they wouldn't be investing that kind of money into it.
He says he's been writing songs and raps and different stuff for about 20 years.
Yeah.
He's been taking notes on how he's felt about different situations and how he's felt about different people's opinions of him. So this is a diss track, basically. He's released a single titled Dookie.
I'm interested to hear what it is, man. I am. I love to hear when people kind of talk about who they are and give their real life and pour their heart out into stuff because, you're wound as a male to always be moving forward and all this kind of stuff. But, sometimes you head off the beaten path a little bit and you need to vent and you need to talk and you need to get that out there. And so I don't know what this album's going to be like, but if it works for him and it helps him communicate a message to his kids, I'm all for that, man.
He's like Jax Teller, Sons of Anarchy. If you know, you know. How about this for you, Mac? You ready for this one from the 816?
Mm-hmm.
You ready? I have more faith with Cyrus Allen being a more productive wide receiver than Worthy at this point.
Hope in sports is a wonderful drug.
It really
It's a wonderful, wonderful drug. A fifth-round pick out of Cincinnati. More hope than him than the first-round guy that you've seen 2 years of. And yeah, I understand. Hope in sports, that's awesome. Listen, man, off-season's really fun. You can have takes like that, and we can't even really poo-poo it too much. But no, that is ridiculous. But based on volume alone, he's just not going to be on the field nearly as much. Xavier Worthy's got way more tangibles.
Speed.
Speed, the route running alone. I mean, Cyrus Allen, he just doesn't. We'll see what happens. I'm excited about Cyrus Allen too, but he's got to work his way to get on the field. Xavier Worthy will be playing 90% of the snaps.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. As of right now, there's no way. And if Cyrus Allen is better than Xavier Worthy at this point in time, then Xavier Worthy probably won't play in the NFL much longer.
Exactly.
You know?
Then he's a complete bust, which we just don't know yet.
Right.
So yesterday there was a pretty viral thing going around with the NFL as they were, I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but they kept putting up everybody's like first 4 games of the season, right? It was like Dallas. It was everybody. Dallas is the first one I saw. A picture of Dak Prescott. Picture the Chiefs' first 4. Picture Mahomes, right? So here's the Chiefs' first 4 games. I know Bob's going to say 4-0, 35-0 every game. First 4 games. Denver at home, Monday Night Football. Colts at home, Sunday Night Football. At Miami at noon. And then at Las Vegas at 3:25. Is this why people hate the Chiefs? Did they make the Chiefs schedule for their first 4 games? By the way, bye week 5.
Mm-hmm.
Is this why the Chiefs are hated? Because this seems like a very soft schedule for a guy who's coming off a knee injury to start the season. So even if Mahomes is 80 to 85%, I think they can go 3-1 in their first 4. Going into their bye week, and at worst they could be 2-2, and I still wouldn't be mad about that if they're 2-2 going into week 5. 500. Denver's a toss-up to me. I don't think Denver can come in here week 1 of the NFL season and win on Monday Night Football, but I've seen the Chiefs do that in New England. It was Sunday night. Colts, I'm out on. I don't know why. I think last year they're one of these teams that, can go worst to first. Daniel Jones also coming back from an injury. He's not Patrick Mahomes. Jonathan Taylor, bell cow, they lean on him. He's fantastic the first 8 weeks of the season. That's why there's a little concern there in that game for me, but Michael Pittman has moved on. They signed their wide receiver in the offseason. What is it, Austin Leonard? That's not his name.
Alec Pierce.
They've signed him.
Yep.
He's on the outside. Outside of that, they're going to look a lot at Ty Warren, I would assume.
Oh, yeah.
Which scares you for the linebacker matchup, but you're not losing to Miami in Miami. They might win 2 games this year. And then at Las Vegas at 3:25, I'm not worried about that game. So at worst, going into your bye week at week 5, you're 2-2. Does that make you mad? Does that make you happy? Do you think 3-1 is what you target, or where do you look at this team for the first 4?
You're right. I am going to say you should be 4-0 in this one. Look, I think they're going to slaughter Denver. I just have that Mahomes is coming back feeling. We have not had that in a while. We have not had the situation where everybody is doubting Patrick Mahomes and saying that he can't. And that's what everybody is saying right now. I may be the only person who believes he's fine and he's 100% and he's ready to go. Everybody else wants to put that doubt in their mind. And when this guy's got something to prove, and when this organization has had something to prove, what do? They come out there and they wreck it. If they can go up to New England and wreck the Patriots on a Super Bowl championship banner night, they can have Denver come in on Monday Night Football and take care of business in a big way here at Arrowhead. It's one that I think they've been jonesing for since Patrick got hurt to get back out on this field and do something and to take care of a team that's owned you over the last 2 years, right? I mean, essentially a blocked field goal, Denver could be 4-0 against the Kansas City Chiefs over the last 2 years. So they've had your number. So you're opening the season, coming off an injury, coming off a bad year, coming off an off season where nobody thinks you're going to be that good. You go out there and you punch Denver right in the face and you're sending a message to the rest of the league. Don't F with us anymore. Okay, we're back. And then you got the Colts. I'm not in on them this year. And then you go on the road for 2, I think, kind of cupcake games. And so I think there's no reason that this team shouldn't be sitting at 4-0 after those first 4 games. I think that opening night game against the Denver Broncos is going to be a glorious game, one of the more exciting games we've seen at Arrowhead Stadium in the Patrick Mahomes era.
Yeah, I mean, it's imperative you go at least 3-1. It's imperative. I mean, the 6-week stretch that starts on Thanksgiving or they're just around there against the Bills. I mean, that 6-week stretch is as hard or harder than any other stretch that any other team has to go through. Bills, Rams, Bengals.
As of right now, right. Because we don't know by that time of the year, the Bills may,
absolutely.
Who knows?
Yeah, that's all I can do is right now. Bills, Rams, Bengals, Patriots, Niners, Chargers. There's not one team out of those 6 that I'm out on. The Niners could go, way of the dodo bird for sure. But other than that, all those teams are, in my opinion, are going to be really good. The Patriots, you said the fall off maybe could happen.
Yeah.
I think they'll at least win 10 games. That'll be a competent team that'll battle you on both offense and defense, and they're still going to be well coached even if the distractions exist. You have to go at least 3-1 and get into that bye week. You just have to.
Yeah, 3-1 is imperative, but I think 4-0 is very doable.
Oh, absolutely.
Like you come out in that first week of the season. Andy's been preparing for that since the schedule came out. And Andy's pretty damn good when he's got time to prepare for teams and everything is, kind of in the right way, if you will. And I think, I just think this whole offseason was just a total reset. It's one of those where I'm like, just trust these guys. They're going to have this thing figured out. And we're going to look back at the end of the year and go, man, I don't know why we even doubted these guys going into the season. They had one mulligan. They took care of that, and they're back to where they belong.
Yeah, I think the week 1 matchup, I don't know. I mean, I think it could be closer than you think, just because that defensive front and Mahomes' first game as a starter coming off that injury, which could be a very, very interesting way to look at that game, because if that defensive front is held up by that offensive line, that's going to give so many people the confidence in the world, because that's going to let Mahomes know that he's protected for maybe the first time ever in his career. It's going to let Ken Walker know that he's got a force to run behind. And it's going to give those receivers more time to believe that they can run those routes. Against a team like Denver, you're starting off against one of the best of the best of the best, sir, right? You taking Denver's defensive front or the Houston Texans defensive front?
Houston.
Most of you will probably lean towards Houston.
It's really close.
But it's a 1A, 1B. And I think when you look at that team right out of the chute, you're going to figure out real fast what kind of cobwebs are in the thought process of Patrick Mahomes. What kind of offensive game plan is being laid out there by Mahomes or by Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy? What the deal is with Ken Walker. Does Denver truly believe that you're going to run the ball? And by all graces of the Lord himself above, I hope they don't.
Well, they shouldn't as of right now until they show that they can run the football. If you're Denver, you're going, look, this is a passing team. Until they show that they can run the football, I'm not going to respect the run. That's why it's important right from the jump, not in the preseason, but right from the jump of the regular season, to show that you are going to run the football and get them to have to respect the run, because that's the way you open up your passing game. It's pretty simple. It's not that hard.
Scott Kagsmar on Twitter, who does a lot of good stuff, sports writer for both the NFL and the NBA. He's been a big Mahomes and Chiefs defender all offseason. He says how Andy Reid started the 2007 season in Donovan McNabb's first game back from a torn ACL.
Ooh.
Pass incomplete. Pass incomplete. Pass short to Brian Westbrook. Punt.
Well, and we know what Andy does. Right when Rashee Rice got back from his suspension. First play.
Feed him.
Slot screen.
Oh, yeah.
First touchdown. Rashee Rice. I remember True Green Thumb even said, he was listening to our show, and he was like, hey, thanks for the bet prop. I took it. Rashee Rice, first touchdown scorer for the game. Rashee Rice got the first touchdown score. He's like, he's going to put you right back up on the horse and tell you to go do it. But again, they had good running backs as well in Philly. I mean, that was probably
Brian Westbrook.
Brian Westbrook.
Yeah. So what does that tell you, though? Is it going to be pass, pass, pass right out the chute if you're Andy Reid?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Let me ask you this. Do you go as far as naked bootleg with him on the first play of the game to show that knee's okay?
I don't.
Oh, no, I'm not asking if you would. I'm asking.
No. I think what you do is, if I'm Andy Reid, this is what I would do in a magical world where if I had the mustache, the glasses, and the red jacket, I go play action, pop, take Xavier Worthy on the first play. 3-step drop, sell Ken Walker, and then go over the top. And if it hits, it's over. The game's over. We'll get the text from Bob if that hits. Because then Denver's going to be like, we couldn't get to him. We didn't know that. We even didn't believe they were going to run, and then we sold on it. And then the rest of the game, you're Central Park with pigeon food in your hand, and they're coming up to you. And it's just like, okay, now the playbook's open. Now, in reality, I could see them, giving it to Walker and seeing if he can get a yard or two, or get through the line. Next play, do the same thing, and then next play, Travis Kelce, first down. All right, now that we got everything going, let's get back to it. Those would be. The way I would do it, though, would be first play, because I'll never forget this play. It was Indianapolis Colts. They played the opening night of the season. I don't know what year it was. I want to say like maybe 07, 08, somewhere around there. First play of the game, Peyton Manning does a play action, tucks it back, and hits Marvin Harrison down the stretch of the field for like a 75-yard touchdown. And they knew that he was going to throw the ball. But yet they sold him with a play action. They believe that Peyton Manning was actually going to hand the ball off.
The only problem that I have with that, though, is this is the team that pretty much called the Chiefs out. So I don't know that they will fall for the play action on the first play of the game. I think the Chiefs need to run the football and get them to respect that play action because Denver's probably going to go, look, until they show they can run the ball, we're not going to believe that they're going to run the football. And that's how you beat them. You got to play their own game because Denver's not going to respect the run. They don't respect the run for your team. They didn't respect your offense at all last year.
Yeah, well, and it's, we talked about the predictability. No one ran the ball more on first down than the Kansas City Chiefs. You'd run it for 1 or 2 yards and then 2 passes and it'd be 4th and 4 and you'd punt.
Yeah.
So no, the first play I'd love it to be a pass. I'd go a screen pass to Rashee Rice. Here's 5 yards. Kenneth Walker. Here's 4 or 5 yards.
Interesting about the screen pass. Did you read what Jeff Schwartz was talking about with the screen pass yesterday?
No.
I never knew any of this stuff. He was talking about why the screen pass doesn't really work anymore in the NFL and why specifically for the Kansas City Chiefs, why they don't run the screen pass. The offensive linemen aren't allowed to block on the screen the way that they used to be able to. So it's taken away that whole kind of game. I didn't know that. I had no idea that the blocking had changed for these screen passes. So we've all sat, and I literally did not know this till about 12 hours ago when I'm getting ready to go to bed. I'm like, I had no idea that these rules were in place. Basically, as Jeff put it, kind of eliminating the screen pass now with the Andy Reid passing game. So as much as we want it and been calling for it, we're not seeing it because the league isn't really allowing it anymore.
Yeah, I guess I'll be bubble screen. Yeah, he's talking about slip screen to the running back. Yeah, which does make sense. This is a really interesting tweet from Jeff Schwartz. But yeah, bubble screen to Rashee Rice. Yeah, absolutely. Give me that.
From the 816, Dusty, Worthy's not fast enough to do something like that. Aren't his cleats in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, like he's got really good speed.
So last
ankle
year,
injury all last season.
Yeah, last year the number was 10 on this stat. That is rushing touchdowns of 10 or more on the season. I'll give you the names in a little bit, but DraftKings came out with some odds, and the odds are a player to have 10 or more regular season rushing touchdowns. Would you have guessed that Ken Walker would have been plus money?
Mm-hmm.
You would have.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. I think people are looking at the Andy Reid thing.
Sure.
Going, eh.
Yeah. I mean, which is letting me know that there's a lot of people out there that are still contradicting themselves. Oh, I don't know if Mahomes is fully healthy. Well, I don't think Ken Walker's going to run the ball then or get rushing touchdowns. Then which one is it? Because Ken Walker right now on DraftKings is plus 200 to have 10 or more rushing yards on the season. He's tied with odds of Saquon Barkley and Ashton Genty. Now, you ask Dusty, what did he have last year rushing touchdown-wise? Well, he had 5. You know why? Because Zach Charbonnet was 7th in the league with 12 rushing touchdowns. Zach Charbonnet's not on this team. Ken Walker is on this team. Now, DeMarcado is on this team, but I would take the plus 200 and run with it that Ken Walker's going to get 10 touchdowns. Because you know who else is on this list above Ken Walker? Kareem Hunt with 8. If Kareem Hunt...
Who's he playing for?
I don't think anybody right now.
No, last season he had 8
this
touchdowns.
was last season. Oh.
Last year,
just going to,
last year, Kareem Hunt had 8 rushing touchdowns. Okay, so if Ken Walker had 5, Charbonnet had 12. Let's take 4 of those away from Charbonnet. That gives Ken Walker 9 touchdowns. You mean to tell me that if Kareem Hunt can get 8 touchdowns in a season running from 1 yard, that Ken Walker, who you paid $18 million a year for, can't do the same thing? I would take Ken Walker over 10 or more rushing touchdowns at plus 200 tomorrow, today, yesterday.
I feel like, is that including receptions or just rushing touchdowns?
Because I can give you the list of the order. It's Jahmyr Gibbs, Derrick Henry, Josh Allen, Jonathan Taylor. Well, you remember, Josh Allen like 14 last year. Jonathan Taylor, James Cook, Kyron Williams, Javonte Williams, Jalen Hurts, Christian McCaffrey, Bijan Robinson, Omarion Hampton, David Montgomery, Saquon, Ken Walker, Ashton Genty, and then Cam Skattebo at plus 350.
How many people had 10 or more rushing touchdowns a year ago in the NFL?
10.
That's
10 people.
9 running backs.
Just 9 running backs. So it's a very small number, right? That's why I look at that number of 10 and I go, that's kind of like the double-digit sack number for me. Oh, we think they should be able to do that, but there's a reason why they set it at that number, right? The double-digit sack is so hard to get in the NFL. And I think that I just feel like, and I could be completely wrong about this, but I feel like the rushing touchdown is in that same category for me where we feel like it should be a lot easier than it really is.
What number would you take the over on?
8.
Okay.
Yeah,
I would. Well, 8.5, 7.5, or 8.5, somewhere in there.
At plus 200, I'll take the odds on 10. I'll take the odds, but yeah, I wouldn't say it's extremely likely because you just went through it. 9 running backs total, and touchdowns are so volatile. They're so random.
Right.
They don't make sense. Just because you have a lot of touchdowns doesn't mean you're extremely productive.
It just happens to be maybe you're open on that play, or there's certain design plays for a certain guy. Sometimes an offensive lineman is getting a touchdown. Just 9 guys in the NFL over 10. Yeah, I've got it just based on the odds. I've got to take the under on that.
And then do you take the over on rush attempts for Ken Walker and what he had last year? Last year he had 221 rush attempts in 17 games. So quick math. You think he runs the ball more than 221 times this year as a member of the Kansas City Chiefs? Now, you got to think, Zach Charbonnet, I can tell you, Zach Charbonnet had 184 of those rush attempts as well.
Yeah, he'll definitely have more than that.
How many did you say, Dusty, last
221.
year?
Yeah, it's 13 a game.
Okay.
And that's that sweet spot you were talking about a couple weeks ago.
It's not enough.
You want 15, 16?
Yeah, exactly what I said a couple weeks ago. 15, 16, 20 touches, 18 to 20 touches total a game.
Yeah, I'd love 20 carries a game. I really think
it's not going to happen.
I know it's not, but what I love and what's going to happen are two different things, right? I think 20 touches, 20 handoffs a game, 20 rushes a game, that's really utilizing your running back and keeping yourself a multidimensional offense. And I think that's important for this team. Like, I know what Andy is used to and what Andy has done, but last season showed a lot of people that they know what Andy does. So you've got to make some things a little bit different than what we've normally seen. And your biggest investment was the running back. You might as well use him. You only got him for 2 years. You might as well go use him.
I was so wrong about Derrick Henry last year.
Derrick Henry's amazing.
Dude, 307 attempts for 1,595 and 16 touchdowns. 79 first downs.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
And then the year before, when I was
even better.
I think Derrick Henry might have 19, 16 touchdowns and 106 first downs.
Incredible. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think you need to you can be multidimensional and have other guys who run the ball.
Sure.
You have DeMarcado, you have Justin Fields, you have Xavier Worthy or whoever else on jet sweeps. You can still run the ball 20, 25 times a game and have Ken Walker be...
What would that be, about a third of your game, roughly?
Yeah, a little over a third, 60 plays, let's say.
You get 60 plays roughly a game, right?
Yeah, so if you got 25 over a third, 40% of your plays are running the ball, I mean, right there, just off the rip. And I think 18-ish touches total for Ken Walker game's great. 15, 16 carries, 2 or 3 catches.
So
awesome.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this then before we go to break. Would you be more confident that Ken Walker will have over 12.5 rushing touchdowns or over 1,300 rushing yards?
I would go over the 1,300 rushing yards more than I would the touchdowns. Because, again, as Mac mentioned, touchdowns are so volatile.
Who's your goal line rusher for this team?
Well, it has to be Ken Walker.
Yeah, I mean, there's no one else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Justin Fields would be the other answer. Justin Fields will be in on the red zone packages. They will do QB sneaks with him. He will have some touchdowns. 1,300 yards is a lot. Again, I mean, that'd be 5th in the league last year. Devon Achane, who's better than Ken Walker.
But I think you have an easier opportunity to get that than you do the touchdowns, is what I feel like. Because let's just say it's 1st and 10 at your own 20 and you get the ball. You got an opportunity to run 80 yards right there, right?
Yeah.
Your ties to touchdowns for the most part are tied to the man calling the play to get you the ball and making the quarterback there's a lot of variables in there. You can control your rushing yards much more than you can control how many times you get in the end zone.
ESPN and the WNBA have made some mistakes. We'll ask Mac or Bob, which one's not learning from the other? Here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Tune in to hear Royals insider Josh Vernier every Monday at 8:20
Professor Vernier sitting up here, bloviating.
on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, it is that time of year, summer vacation time. Maybe you're planning, your winter vacations right now. Either way, whenever you go to the airport, you need to park at Park and Go because they are awesome. We just got back from a trip on Sunday and we landed at about 4:30 or so. And before 5:30, we were home. And that is all because of Park and Go. As soon as we landed, we grabbed our bags, we walked outside, the bus was there, we jumped on it, and it was right back to the trunk of our car. No time at all. We were in that car driving home. Park Park and Go makes the return to Kansas City so enjoyable, and they make leaving Kansas City awesome as well, because you know you're never going to miss your flight, because Park and Go has shuttles that are there constantly to take you right to the airport terminal as soon as you park your car under that covered parking spot. And that's right, every spot at Park and Go is covered, so your car is always protected when you're out of town. Join their frequent parker program and earn points towards free parking like we did. Reserve your spot today at bookparkandgo.com. The best deals in parking. Bookparkandgo.com. Park and Go, family owned and operated.
At Farmers, our honesty is contagious.
Wait, am I going to catch honesty?
Well, when you're with Farmers, it's kind of inevitable.
Well, how long does it take to... I lied to you when you asked if I knew what a deductible was. I don't know my dad's birthday, and I thought umbrella policies were for rainstorms. Actual rainstorms. I have it, don't I?
You don't just have honesty.
You have Farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Learn more at farmers.com. Underwritten by Farmers Truck or Fire Insurance Exchanges or Affiliate. Products not available in every state.
Guys, I'll tell you something. When your joints hurt every single day, you may think, surgery is the only answer, and you've been told you need surgery. Well, it can feel like there's only one option, but you got to do your homework. Remember, once a joint's replaced, there's no going back. Before you schedule surgery, do me a favor. Consider getting a second opinion from QC Kinetics. Whether you're dealing with pain from bone-on-bone arthritis, a torn meniscus, or years of wear and tear, surgery isn't the only conversation you should have. Talk to QC Kinetics about how they use regenerative treatments to deliver relief to patients like you right here in Kansas City. They'll concentrate tiny healing tools within your body right in the spot that actually is causing the pain. And the whole idea is to give you a real shot at holding off surgery, or in some cases, avoiding it altogether. So get that second opinion. Don't accept that surgery is the only option. Call my friends over at QC Kinetics today for that free consultation. 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. Off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone, 816-412-6299.
Conservative, family man, author of The Bald Plan to Reduce Property Taxes. Listen to Scott Schwab.
Property taxes are killing Kansans, but one day it hit me. BALD.
BALD stands for Better Affordable Living by Decreasing Property Taxes. And it's the only detailed plan. Schwab's BALD plan means voter approval for property tax hikes, refunds for unfair assessments, and tax relief for seniors and working families. Listen to Scott Schwab.
I'm focused on reducing taxes for Kansans. You should keep more. My BALD plan makes sure of it. When I'm governor, we'll get it done.
Finally, a governor with a good head on his shoulders. Author of the BALD Plan to Decrease Property Taxes. Conservative Republican Scott Schwab for governor. Visit scottschwab.com/bald to learn more. Paid for by Schwab for Governor, Jim Felter, Treasurer.
The best football contests are back out in Las Vegas with Circa Sports. $30 million in guaranteed prizes. No rake in any of the three contests. Circa Million, 18 weeks of point spread action, 128 ways to win. Or Circa Survivor. You pick one winner each week, the last one standing wins. And Circa Grandissimo with $100,000 entry. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. $30 million guaranteed. Visit circusports.com for details.
Are you an adult with uncontrolled moderate to severe Crohn's disease symptoms and still packing a backup bag of clothes? Just in case? Skyrizi Risankizumab Riza can help you take control of your Crohn's. Feel significant symptom relief, including less abdominal pain and fewer bowel movements at 4 weeks. Plus, Skyrizi is proven to help people achieve remission and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Individual results may vary. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's. Ready to take control of your Crohn's? Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's disease.
Control is everything to me.
Learn more at skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
North KC, 169 highway southbound. Off again, on again, heavy from 29 down to 9 highway with an accident reporting 29 southbound. Slow from 16th Avenue to the Bond Bridge. Then just off again, on again, sluggish traffic into downtown. 70 westbound, heavy through the 470 interchange with an accident reporting Kansas side. 435 southbound, still rolling from about Holiday Drive down towards Midland with construction. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
It'd be kind of funny, Mac, if you took your wedding day, kind of like how the Chiefs do training camp, like they're loading up the buses and the cars to get to the venue. It's about that time. They're loading up the dress, and then like when you get to the little locker room that you'll be in, they have like the bow tie all on top instead of helmets and chin straps. That'd be kind of funny. As the equipment trucks are loaded up and headed to St. Joe. Real quick question, because this was a garage thought of mine last night. Is the Philly cheesesteak a sandwich?
Yeah, what else would it be?
Yeah.
A cheesesteak. Is the French dip a sandwich?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
Is the hot dog?
No.
But it's the same concept. It's meat between buns.
Every sandwich meat between buns.
Yeah.
Not a club. That's bread.
Meat between buns.
It's meat between...
But you call it bread. You don't call it a bun.
The hell's the difference?
Well, a bun is like what you put a hot dog in. Sandwich bread is what you put like a club on.
Well, I think Philly cheesesteaks goes on bread.
Or a roll.
Or a roll.
Yeah.
The important questions.
Sometimes the best questions aren't the ones that we blurt out, that we thought about in the garage.
Sometimes those are the best questions, though. I just didn't know if, because that is like the age-old question. Is a hot dog a
sandwich?
Is it a sandwich?
I mean, it's bread and meat, yeah. Right?
I mean, that's what some would say. But then you'll go out there and ask the dudes in the bullpen, like, no, it's a hot dog. Okay, well, then I guess it's in its own world. Either way, yeah, garage was great last night. ESPN is making the same mistake the WNBA has made? That's what we're doing here?
Yeah. That's where I'm at. Okay. I think it's not always quality over quantity or quantity over quality. It depends on the situation that you're going to. And in ESPN, we saw yesterday cut a lot of really talented, great people to keep one person that is controversial. I don't know.
I couldn't disagree more with that, but go ahead.
Oh, he is controversial.
No.
You talking about Stephen A?
I'm talking about Pat McAfee. But
you're saying they cut
two
all those
controversial figures. Yeah.
Yeah, you're saying they cut all those people to preserve those two people. And look, man, business is tough these days in this industry. If you're not generating revenue, you're expendable. Everybody is expendable in this industry. You have to be generating revenue. If you generate revenue, you're good. And sometimes even if you generate revenue, you're not good. Pat McAfee and Stephen A. Smith generate the revenue. The other folks that they let go don't generate the revenue that those two guys make. And that's why they're there. I mean, that's the thing of it. I mean, and also, too, ESPN is getting a really good deal, I believe, with the Pat McAfee show. Otherwise, they wouldn't be involved in it. They're probably not paying benefits to anybody over there because it is a separate entity. They are contracted out by ESPN. They don't work for ESPN. So ESPN doesn't incur all the benefits, I'm sure, of that entire show. And so they're looking at that. They're basically getting a quote-unquote free show that they don't have to invest anything in other than that money. And that show makes them a lot of money. That show brings eyeballs to ESPN. When you think about the people that are always talked about, it's McAfee and it's Stephen A. Smith. Now, Ryan Clark was up there, but he clearly pissed off everybody at ESPN. Behind the scenes stuff you're hearing now about him and some of the stuff that he had to say. But I don't look at it at all. And quite frankly, I get pissed off when people say Pat McAfee cost all these people their jobs, because he didn't.
Oh, I didn't say that.
But that's the narrative, though.
Yeah, I haven't seen that, but yeah, I think ESPN cost these people their jobs. I think that network's been going downhill, and I think they're now going to put all their chips in one basket, and that's the Pat McAfee basket. And I would rather have quantity. I would rather have multiple baskets. Paul Feinbaum, Stephen A., and Pat McAfee aren't going to do it for a lot of people. And I think you could have...
What's ESPN trying to do, though? Like, what do you think their end game is? Yeah.
It's a great question. I asked the same thing of the WNBA. What are you trying to do? Quantity over quality. You have one star that you've marketed right now.
Yeah.
There are other stars that are better. The best player in WNBA history is playing right now. She's about to win her 5th MVP. You don't even know who it is.
No, I don't.
Exactly. That's the WNBA's
Lisa
fault.
Leslie?
No, Asia Wilson. Yeah. Asia Wilson's going to win her 5th MVP this season. She could win another title, and no one even talks about her. That's the WNBA's fault. ESPN, again, marketing someone who a lot of people like him, really talented guy, has done awesome things for the business. But I think they lost a lot of talented people, and they're going to continue to lose. Really, Carl Ravitch?
Yeah,
I mean, are you kidding
Carl
me?
Ravitch.
Ryan Clark?
Yeah.
Ryan Clark, love him or hate him, think
Yeah.
his takes are stupid. You don't see anyone on social media, on ESPN, on First Take more than you see Ryan Clark.
Right.
He is the one getting the viral clips. If that doesn't generate revenue, I don't know what does. You bring up Adam Schefter yesterday. Adam Schefter doesn't generate doodah.
But everybody has him as one of the people that they follow all the time.
But to your
Schefter
point,
said
Bob,
this.
it's
Schefter
not
said
generating
this.
revenue.
Yeah,
He's
it
not
probably
generating
is.
any revenue.
It probably does. His football conversation does generate revenue. Yeah, absolutely. The NFL does generate. Like, they got rid of Tom Pelissero. He was third on a two-man team. You know, that makes sense. I understand that move. I get that one. I understand the Ryan Clark move. Everybody's been complaining about him now for a couple of years, right? People are like, oh my God, this take is terrible. This take is awful.
I mean,
like,
we do that with everybody.
I know
we do that
do.
with McAfee. We do
Yeah.
that with everybody. That's part of this job. We
Right.
do that with you. We do that with Dusty. People do that with me. That's part of it.
Sure, it
if
is.
they didn't,
Yeah.
we wouldn't be here.
You're right. You're absolutely right about that.
And now
but-
you've got and Ryan Clark and McAfee were kind of on the different ends of controversies in sports. You've gotten rid of one and kept the other and gone all in. I think that was a mistake.
I think we also get like caught up in like the now, where like we forget that like Herb Street works for ESPN.
Yeah.
We forget that Jay Billis works for ESPN.
Yeah.
We forget that Scott Van Pelt is still working for ESPN, but we gravitate to where the news tells us to, which is like, yes, they are paying these guys a lot of money, but there are other people that still work at ESPN.
Right.
I'm with you, Mac. I've been this way since Levitard left ESPN. And I used to listen to Levitard's podcast all the time. And he warned everyone about this a decade ago.
Yep.
And he was like, this is why we're out. This is what's going to happen. All these kids get told when they come out of college or they get out of their, small town job, hey, come work at ESPN. We'll pay you $70,000 a year. I'm just throwing up a number. And you're going to be an anchor on the 9 o'clock show. And you're going to be on ESPN. And then in 3 years, you're gone. We're going to pay somebody else a smaller contract. But we're going to keep guys like Stephen A. Smith making more and more money. And that's just the way they've done things. And fortunately for Dan Le Batard, he has then created his own, social being with everything that's on his show with him and Stu and many others. But like he got out because he saw this happening. And he didn't think that he was ever going to be one of those guys. And he's probably the more talented guy out of Stephen A. and Pat McAfee. It's not even close. And he was in fear that he was never going to be in that discussion. And I think Dan Le Batard is maybe one of the top 3 best radio, TV people in sports in the world today. And he thought himself, where everybody tells you, bet on yourself. He was like, it's not going to happen, man. They're going to pay like 3 people, and they're going to let everybody else go. And that's what they continue to do.
Yeah.
I mean, Dan Orlovsky's still there. They paid Peter Schrager to be on there.
Yeah, Schrager's another one.
There are other guys on that show that are still there, but we get into this.
Kyle Brandt.
Yeah, because they bought NFL Network. But like the thing is like, it's one of those things that like ESPN is doing all this, but this is not the first, nor will it be the last time they do it.
No, they've gone all in on hot take stuff, and they've gotten rid of Dan Le Batard, Bill Simmons, the guys that have created networks, created multi-$100-million podcast networks, and actual really good content about sports, and instead we've got hot takes on ESPN.
Well, that's because it's a different medium, though. It's a TV medium that has to be hot takes and moving fast because that's the way that medium works.
Do you know one guy, and I'm serious, and I'm being dead ass about this, do you know someone in your life who watches ESPN regularly?
No.
None of my friends do.
No.
Yeah, like 4 or 5.
No,
Okay.
I don't know anybody. Not one person.
Not one of my
who
friends.
sits around all day and watches ESPN.
Well,
I mean,
not all day,
but
like
come
they
on,
turn
Bob, you
it
know what I'm
on.
talking
Yeah.
about.
No,
They
I'm
turn it
saying
on.
no. That's what I'm saying. I don't know anybody that does that.
No, and that used to be a thing even 10 years ago for me in college. That was a thing. We would wake up, watch
Well, you
First
were in
Take.
college. You had the time to do that. Now, as you progress to your adult life, things have taken over too.
I
but-
would have time to do that now. If there was a good show on, I would watch it. I do it with other shows.
I watched the
That are
Herd
better.
over McAfee show.
But let's see. Most people work 9 to 5, right? That as we talked about to start the show, right? Most people are working 9 to 5. These shows that run are on between 9 and 5. So if you're watching those shows, What do you got going on most of the day?
I mean, Get Up and First Take are on before 9. I mean, Get Up at least.
Yeah, if you go to like a doctor's office or a dentist's
that's where
office,
that's where the stuff
That's where it
is.
is.
Yeah.
Exactly. The airport and the doctor
The
office.
gym, the airport,
Yes.
the doctor.
Yes.
No, none of my friends sit down and watch ESPN. If they see something from ESPN, it's obviously something that went viral that they saw on social
And
media.
forget the college part of it. That was something that was a part of the culture 10, 20 years ago. People watched ESPN.
Yeah.
Did they watch it during the day, though?
Oh, I did.
I mean, I think people did.
Like, but aren't you at work?
Yeah, I get it, but there was much watch programming. Whether they had it before work, after work, they'd record it, they'd tape it. There was SportsCenter was a thing that we'd gravitate to. It's just gone.
Yeah, I like the Sports Center thing is gone because it's not needed anymore. We have Sports Center in our phone, in our pocket all the time. Like, I think ESPN is moving forward and doing things differently because reruns of Sports Center aren't going to do anything for anybody. No. I've already seen that, you know?
Yep.
No, Twitter killed SportsCenter.
Right. So SportsCenter
Social
is
media,
gone,
yep.
and social media is it's all about the social media, about the clicks, as we've joked about for all these years. That's what it is. What gets the clicks? The people yelling and screaming.
Macatrero joins us next year on 96.5 The Fan. You're home for the Kansas City Royals.
This is Fescoe and Dusty.
Brett Veach has the most underrated chest I've ever seen.
On your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control want your yard to look awesome. And you're thinking to yourself, Bob, my yard is terrible. What am I going to do? How can Aspen help? I can say, well, I know from firsthand experience how a bad yard can be turned into the best looking lawn on the block by my friends over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control. They do unbelievable work. Our yard was done. It was dead. It was over. It was history. There was no saving it until Aspen showed up in their iconic blue trucks and went, yeah, we got that. That's fine. And Aspen's been doing it in Kansas City since 1985, and they have college-educated professionals who know everything about the climate, everything about the seeds in the soil right here in Kansas City to grow the best yard. And when they put the best yard in for you, you're going to want to enjoy it. So that's why you got to get the Mosquito Dome. This is a game changer, guys. Every spring and summer, that Mosquito Dome goes up and it keeps the mosquitoes out and it keeps our yard safe from ticks and fleas as well. So it's time for you to call my friends over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control. They're going to give you a free estimate and up to half off your first application when you mention this ad. So visit them now at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this ad for your morning commute to wake you up, which could help your driving. Science says that stimulating the brain increases alertness. So here's a pop quiz. How many months have 28 days? What gets wetter as it dries? What has keys but can't open locks? If you don't want to hear the answers, turn off this Liberty Mutual ad now. 12 months, a towel, piano. Enjoy being fully alert.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
This summer, Casey's has 89-cent medium fountain and new Frostbite by Casey's drinks. But if you don't have 89 cents, you could check your center console, dig between your couch cushions, ask Grandma for $1, or just use your credit card. 89-cent medium Frostbite by Casey's or fountain drinks at Casey's. All summer long. Restrictions may apply. See store for details.
Lawman! Jungle Law!
It's the Lawman. If you've been injured in a motor vehicle accident, call me ASAP, 816-816-9111. I recovered millions for my clients. Take it away.
The Lawman gets results. Jungle Law team. Call the Lawman. Let the fight begin. The Lawman gets results. Jungle Law.
Come see me get roasted August 1st at 7 p.m. at the Uptown Theater. Go to junglelaw.com for details.
The choice of a lawyer shouldn't be based on advertisements.
This July is America's 250th birthday, and Lotzi Center is celebrating 250 years of freedom with their 250 for 250 deal. All month long, men who start testosterone therapy and stay with it for 90 days earn $250. You're over 40, you've got low energy, low sex drive, not feeling yourself. Lotzi Center is raising the T of America Patriots from C to shining C. Come celebrate 250 years of America with Low T Center's 250 for 250 deal. Visit fixmylowt.com and book your free T test today. That's fixmylowt.com. Offer in July 31st. Terms and conditions apply.
Kansas City, July is a time to think about freedom, not just as a celebration, but as a choice. Freedom from feeling stuck.
Centric gives people the freedom to pursue a meaningful and fulfilling career path forward without putting your life on hold, because you can build practical IT skills through hands-on, instructor-led training with strong employer connections right here in the Kansas City region.
So this summer, choose Forward Motion. Centric, practical IT training, real opportunity. Visit Centric.com to get started today. CENTRIQ.com.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Paid for client portrayal and endorsement. Choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
After my car wreck, there was a lot I didn't know.
I do know. If you've been hurt in a car wreck, call me. I've got this.
Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by SWL Injury Law, the Car Crash Kings. It's what they do. Visit SWLinjurylaw.com.
North KC 169 highway southbound, pretty heavy. You hit delays at 29. Stay slow down to 9 highway with an accident reporting. Also construction in through there. Oak Grove into Bates City 70 eastbound gets heavy briefly with construction and an accident. Allen Carr 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Hey, it's Bobby Witt Jr., and you're listening to the home of the Royals, 96.5 The Fan.
KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, an Odyssey Sports Station. This is Fescoe and Dusty.
I got Mahomes' balls in my hands.
On your home for Kansas City sports, 96.5 The Fan.
Oh, yeah, football.
From potholes to pop-ups, we got it covered.
Hey!
Here's Bob Fescoe.
Take a bite out of my ass.
And Dusty Likens.
Big nuts. It's Wednesday, it's 9 o'clock. Matt Cotrero, manager of the Royals, joins us now. Matt, how are you doing, and are you injured? Golly, how many injuries can we get this season?
I am not currently injured, but I can work on it if you want that.
No, don't do that. Stay healthy.
Okay. Doing good. How are you guys?
Not bad.
How was the All-Star break?
It was good. It was relaxing. As little as possible on the schedule, like a lot of stuff with the kids. Give the wife a break from them for a little while and hang around. A lot of practicing baseball outside and stuff like that with them. So we had a good time.
Is it true she had a ticket booked as soon as you got home? She left for the airport and didn't come back until the break was over and said, "Ha, you get him now."
That was actually on the table. I said, "Why don't you go somewhere? Why don't you
yes.
go get a hotel room and get away?"
So obviously we start off with the injuries. A Caglione injury update after the slide not the slide. I know he slid into first and it made me hold my breath. I'm sure you as well. But the dive in the outfield, that's what did it last night. Is there an update on his status?
Yeah, it's just it's similar to what he did in Minnesota earlier in the year, where he kind of, I guess, jammed it for lack of a better term. Nothing that we think is long term, just something that's going to be day to day for right now.
And it's the shoulder, is that correct?
Yeah, right shoulder. Yeah, he
Gotcha.
landed on it kind of awkwardly when he dove for that ball.
Will he be playing today?
No, he will not be in there today.
And then the other concerning one is it the lower back for Bobby Witt? Is that something that's starting to kind of flare up more concern for you guys in that dugout, or is this just something that, again, is another one of those day-to-days?
Well, we're going to evaluate him this morning when we get in. Bobby's got a history of being a really quick healer, and he's has played and managed pain before, his back, his knee, all that kind of stuff. We don't think it's something long-term, but we're going to have to be really cautious with it because anybody that's ever had a back issue, it affects everything you do, from sleeping to walking to, obviously with the dynamic player that he is, we have to we have to be sure that we're doing right by him. So we're going to give it a good look this morning because, sometimes in the first couple days you get some good healing, and if not, we'll have to make a decision.
Is there a point where you have the conversation, maybe like, hey, shut it down for the rest of the year? I don't know if that's hyperbolic, but do you have that considering the fact that we just talked about how backs can be weird?
Once we get it evaluated by a doctor and stuff, if that was something that they thought was prudent, but I don't think we're in that camp right now, no.
Yeah, that just because of all the stuff that's gone on this year, you want to make sure that back is healthy and ready to go, and it's not going to affect what could potentially happen next season. How does that factor in much at all at this point of the year?
If it was something that we thought was, a serious injury, yes, but I don't think that's the case. I think he's got back tightness, and the tightness caused the rest of his back to spasm. And so once that releases and we can see what's really going on, we'll evaluate. But I don't think this is season ending.
Kind of going back to the All-Star break and Caglione, what was that like for you guys to watch him and his dad take on Home Run Derby?
I thought that was outstanding. His dad was in Baltimore when we were there, and they got to practice. It's different. Anybody that's ever thrown BP, when you go out on the field and there's no cage around the hitter, and then you factor in that there's 40-something thousand people. I think one thing that was helpful this year for all the guys throwing is that it wasn't on the clock. So that added another dimension in the past that was pretty tough to deal with. But just to see Jack and his dad, how special is that? Every dad tosses balls to their kids in the yard, and to be able to do it on that stage. And I don't know, it always strikes me, too. I'm really happy that the All-Star Game is back to wearing your own uniform, because I think when you see the Royals uniform on that stage, I just find that to be really special. I like that a lot better than the ones that everybody's wearing in American League or National League. So the combination of seeing both of them in Royals uniforms and seeing him perform on that stage was really, really special.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome to watch and a lot of fun for a lot of people. And now it's back to kind of the nitty gritty of things, and we got the trade deadline coming up. How involved is a manager in the trade deadline?
Just in the conversations, none of it with other teams. That's all for JJ and Scott and everybody that they talk to the other GMs, but. They keep me up to date on what's going on, and there's so many rumors and speculation just because you get those writers and everything that have to put guys that have obviously expiring contracts, and those kinds of things are the obvious ones. But I'm not involved on a minute-to-minute basis, but more when they have things that they think are important for me to know.
I don't know, Q, how long you've been around with guys that have had maybe milestones in their career that they have reached. Obviously, Salvador Perez is knocking on George Brett's door of the all-time home run leader. Is he just up there ripping it, trying to get it over with? I'm not that it's a bad thing that he's doing that, but is that something that you're just hey, go up there and try to get this thing over with and move on from it? Or is it just one of those things that it's Salvi and it's just going to come natural?
Certainly, we're certainly not just saying, hey, just go up there, let it rip. Salvi swings aggressively pretty much every at bat anyway. So that's not that big of a change. I do, hope for at some point. Hopefully it's today. Hopefully it happens at home. All the players, you can sense it. They all want to see it. The fans are all into it every time he comes up to the plate. So it's obviously a huge milestone. And I have not been around something like this before. Salvi's a Hall of Famer, and to be chasing anything that George has accomplished is remarkable.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's going to be really cool to see Salvi when he does that. Another lifetime Royal, hopefully for Salvador Perez, just like George Brett was. And so that's the cool part about that, is that this is a guy that we've all watched since 2011, basically, come up and just own this ball club and own this city. And so for him to do that, I'm sure George is psyched for him to do it too.
I would think so. Salvi's personality and how much that's endeared him to the fans over the years and to his teammates, and the way he's gone about this. Obviously, he's been frustrated with his own overall performance throughout the year, but he does it with such grace and joy to come to play every day. It's really infectious, and it's fun to watch, and something that people should pick up on. other players and kids that watch them. It's a true role model for how to go about it.
Q, last one here for you. Your team 5-1 coming out of the All-Star break. What improvements have you seen from a season that hasn't gone the way that you guys would like to see?
Well, I mean, the last 2 days we've had really quality starts. I think one thing that's really stood out is guys just staying invested in every pitch. Like we get down, they come back. We got tied up in the ninth the other day and came back. Guys are still they have a lot of pride in what they do, and they're big leaguers, they're pros. They take this very seriously, and they try to win every night. And I think that intensity is there. The overall results have not been there throughout the course of the year, and we understand that, and it's frustrating for us as much as anybody. But these guys are going to keep battling, and that's what I've been impressed with.
Love that. Q, go get the sweep against the Giants today, and then you'll be on the road to Detroit. We appreciate the time as always, and good luck today.
Thank you, guys.
Absolutely. It's Royals manager Matt Cottrero. Speaking of the Royals, now we shift gears to the Chiefs because, fellas, there are renderings out of the new stadium. I know that I'm hard, is what I think everybody will say when they see these pictures of the new stadium. Here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Chiefs. I know that I'm hard.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Hey, the summer gets super hot, so now you need to get a Super Light. That's right. The team that brought you Surfside is back with something new. Meet Super Light, the new vodka plus aid canned cocktail. Super Light comes in 4 classic sports drinks flavors: fruit punch, orange, lemon lime, and blue chill. And ooh, that blue chill is money, baby. With just 90 calories, 0 sugar, and 0 bubbles, Super Light delivers a refreshing taste that's perfect for any occasion. From the golf course to the bar, at night, at the concert, a day at the ballpark, Super Light is here for the moment. Look for Super Light variety packs and individual flavors at stores and bars near you. You must be 21 and older. Please drink responsibly.
Baseball season is in full swing, and that means the summer heat is coming. The guys at Climate Control have been serving KC homeowners for over 35 years, and they know how to get your cooling system ready to handle our scorching hot summer weather. Stay cool and comfortable this summer. Call Climate Control today at 816-265-2830. 816-265-2830 for all your cooling, heating, and plumbing needs. Don't wait. Visit ClimateControlKC.com today. Climate Control Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Men, when addressing the problem of erectile dysfunction, you want the right treatment for your specific medical situation because every case is different, and finding the right treatment can mean the difference between just an okay experience and an amazing one. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and at our practices, we offer the full range of ED treatment protocols and can even combine therapies to help make those intimate moments special both for you and your partner. At Heartland Men's Health, we take great pride in providing excellent care and treatment options for ED. Our medical providers specialize in men's sexual health and understand that no 2 cases are alike, which means you'll get the right treatment for you based on sound medical evaluation and appropriate applications of medical therapies. Plus, we offer treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most men, you'll get your sex life back. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99. It includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices: Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
Oh, hey, Sarah. Did you hear my daughter Katie got Camper of the Week?
That's a big deal.
We got a big deal, too. Right, Mom?
Honey, shh.
What's that?
Okay, that Hyundai Santa Fe, I only paid...
Nice.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days, or 1.9% APR for 72 months on the Hyundai Tucson, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Hurry, offer ends August 3rd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Most of us are one good deal away from finally replacing that worn-out rug, fixing up the backyard, or getting the bedroom we actually want. Good news, that deal's almost here. Wayfair's Black Friday and July sale. Get up to 80% off area rugs and up to 60% off outdoor and bedroom furniture. Shop Wayfair's huge selection of styles and find the piece to fit your style, budget, and space. Plus, free shipping. Black Friday in July ends July 27th. Shop today at wayfair.com.
Wayfair, every style, every...
Hey, what's up, flies? This is David Spade.
Dana Carvey.
Look, I know we never actually left, but I'll just say it. We are back with another season of Fly on the Wall.
Every episode, including ones with guests, will now be on
video. Every Thursday you'll hear us and see us chatting with big-name celebrities. And every Monday you're stuck with just me and Dana. We react to news, what's trending, viral clips. Follow and listen to Fly on the Wall everywhere you get your podcasts.
Hey, it's Dusty Likens, and you know baseball's back. BetMGM, the official partner of Major League Baseball, is bringing the high heat all season long. All season long, you can log into the BetMGM app and receive top-tier promos that put you in the batter's box and up the excitement for America's pastime. Step up to the plate all season with Swing for the Fences, the free-to-play game where every swing could score you rewards. We're talking parlay boost tokens, odds boost tokens, same-game parlay boosts, and even bonus spins all season long. And the action doesn't stop there. Get more out of every at-bat and every inning with MLB same-game parlay boost. Stack your picks and boost your potential payout. Plus, lock in bigger value with MLB odds boost tokens and MLB parlay boost tokens all season long. More boosts, more swings, more chances to win. Download the BetMGM app and step up to the plate today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 and older only. Missouri only. Existing customer offers subject to eligibility requirements. Please gamble responsibly.
Today, expect sunny skies with a high of 85.
Weather brought to you by Capital One. Capital One offers no fees or minimums on checking accounts. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank guide. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Not enough. There's no experience like the World Cup final.
And what do you do for a living?
I'm chairman and CEO of the Kansas City Chiefs.
That is Clark Hunt and his new home, and the renderings have been released. Adam Schefter's got it. The Chiefs have it. Everybody's got it on X right now. Holy smokes, fellas.
Looks great.
I mean,
hello, America.
Looks like glass top.
Yep.
Gives a lot of SoFi vibes. It looks like it's a mixture of like old Arrowhead, because they kind of still have the like winged top, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then it has like the glass bowl over it. It looks like a mixture of three stadiums, in my opinion. Allegiant Stadium in Vegas, SoFi in Los Angeles, and Old Arrowhead, that they like morphed into one big stadium.
I can definitely see that, and I know from talking to enough people throughout the organization that Clark likes Vegas and LA a lot. I've heard that, like, and people would always say,
TV,
right? People would say, how does he walk in here and not just fall in love with these stadiums? And he did. That's why this one is kind of modeled after too. The roof of this stadium, though, is very reminiscent to me of what used to be the old Saddle Dome in Edmonton. And they had the Olympics up there years ago in Edmonton, and they played at and the hockey team still, the Edmonton Oilers to this day, they still play at what they call the Saddle Dome. And if you look at that, it's like an arena, and the roof looks like a big saddle. That's kind of the way that the Chiefs Stadium looks a little bit, maybe like an homage to, the Midwest and cattle and all that kind of stuff. But I kind of get kind of a saddle type feeling from the way that the roof looks. But the roof is going to be, it appears from these renderings, a glass roof all the way around. And so for folks who are like, I don't want the dome, you're still going to have that opportunity to kind of feel like you're not inside because of the roof being up. And so Mac made a face. I know you're probably not for the dome, but you know what? This is what generates money these days.
That's not what I was saying. What I was saying, the face is that it's not going to feel like outside. It's not going to be open. Let's not do that. It is what it is. The retractable
I don't even know
if
it's retractable. I don't know if it's retractable.
And I was about to say, even if it is, how often do those retract?
Yeah,
Never.
not very much.
Never.
No,
it's expensive to do it. It's a hassle. It starts raining in the middle of the game. You have to get it. It's going to be inside.
Yeah,
let's just set the standard.
It is, but that's why it's
inside.
glass, so you can kind of get the feel. You're not going to be in a
Jerry
dark
World,
dome.
Yeah, I get you.
Jerry World's a dark dome. They had the windows in the wrong place.
Where the sun comes through.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah, it's not dark. It's not dark at all. I'm just saying it doesn't feel like outside at all.
Oh, but I'm talking about roof-wise. I think if you have, they have the windows in the wrong place at Jerry World, where that sun comes through and blinds the quarterback on third down in the third quarter.
On the west side of the
I mean,
stadium.
like, how stupid could you be to do
the
that?
Lord in the stadium.
But then put it on top. That's where the Lord is, right? Looking over, right? I love the fact that it's a glass ceiling that gives you the kind of impression of, you're not going to walk in like you probably never went in the Metrodome before, or some of the old domes,
old Falcons
right?
Dome.
Yeah, some of these old domes you walk into and it's dark and you're like, this sucks.
Yeah.
You don't want that. And so they've got the ability now with technology and stuff to go out there and make the feel like, I think, an outdoor stadium. I'm just looking at the again, it's a rendering, but I'm looking at that glass dome, that glass roof, and glass kind of all the way around on the sides. I'm like, it looks bright, it looks airy, it looks like it will have a feel of being outside. But you're right, they're not going to open that dome hardly ever.
No.
I mean, Indianapolis does it maybe once every other year.
Exactly.
Maybe this is a garage thought, but I think it's gonna be kind of cool. Like if there's a storm going through and like a 3:00 game, and you can just look up and see it go past the stadium. Like,
Yeah.
No,
that is cool. Yeah.
Say it's like snowing.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you look up and you're seeing the snow accumulate on top of the glass
the
ceiling. I mean, that's kind of cool. At least you don't have to worry about getting soaked or whatever that is during a game. But yeah, the renderings are out. The press box looks insane. The bowl-shaped arena, it just kind of looks like it does look a lot like Arrowhead.
Yeah, it does. But your combination of stadiums sounds really good, and I'm in on that. The interesting
the combo was SoFi, Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, and then Arrowhead itself.
Yeah. So listen to this. I saw this story yesterday. I didn't really think much of it, but now I'm thinking a little bit more of it. Who the Chiefs hired yesterday? I don't know if you guys saw this, and you probably wouldn't because it's a business side of thing. But Hunt Midwest created a leadership position focused on mixed-use development, tapping a 30-year industry veteran whose career includes work with Disney and major Kansas City developers. And I saw that, I'm like, oh, you're going out and you're hiring the big guns who know how to do all of this kind of development the right way. And say what you want about ESPN, Disney does things the right way. If you've ever been to a Disney park, they do everything the right way. Like, it is magical, no pun intended, on how they do their business. And to see that the Hunt Midwest is hiring somebody whose career includes working with Disney gives me kind of like, they may have some more stuff planned than we're even thinking right now. They're going out and hiring some big guns that know how to do this development type stuff. That's why I keep saying Taylor Swift World would be perfect out there at the Legends for all of this, to make it a place that becomes a true destination. But these stadium renderings are pretty sick, guys. I really do like them. I think it looks awesome.
Have you clicked on Schefter's post of the renderings?
No.
And then read the comments?
No.
Okay.
Nope. I don't want to, right?
Some of the comments. Looks unreal. Too bad they're moving. Arrowhead is classic. And then someone says, the not spoken about story here is that Arrowhead is grandfathered to be built below ground level, which aids the noise factor in the stadium. Moving to a new location loses that benefit, so it will not be nearly as loud.
I don't think the Chiefs care.
No, that is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are losing the loudness.
Yeah.
You're losing 30,000 seats. You're losing a lot of things that were awesome.
You're not
about
losing
Arrowhead.
30,000 seats.
How many does it seat now?
I think it's 78, roughly 77.
You're losing 20,000.
I think they're going down to 65,000 roughly.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
that's bigger than
I
That's
think
bigger
that's
than I
what
would have
they said,
expected.
65. Yeah,
That's bigger than I would have expected. That's good.
You're right. It is bigger. I wouldn't make it that big.
I mean, I would, but I also get why people aren't. I mean, the Titans Stadium's not going to be that big.
No, you
know,
make the demand high for the ticket. You know,
Yes,
that's
of
what you
course,
do. But then
of
if you
course.
fall off, then you've got an empty stadium.
And then no one's there. Yeah.
No one's there. So it's a double-edged sword. But no, the stadiums have gotten too big over the
Way
years.
too big. Way too big. We don't need 100,000 seat
No,
stadiums.
you really don't.
No.
It's too massive for everybody, and that's why they're all going. Like when the Royals, if and when they open a stadium, it's going to be smaller. That's the going rate right now, is to make these venues a little bit smaller than what they were.
Cody Tapp quote tweeted it and said, the new stadium is the exact shape of a Pringles chip if they're looking for a stadium sponsor.
Yes.
They did have a guy on their team named Byron Pringle for a while.
Yeah, oh yeah. Loved him.
I don't think they're going to have any tough time selling sponsorships with this thing.
No.
So
no, definitely not. We'll lose the weather, too. We'll lose the weather games.
Do you think more people are...
How many of those do we really have, though?
Weather games?
Multiple.
We had one last year in the AFC Championship game.
I go to one every year, it feels like. I go to a cold,
A
snowy game.
Snowy
yeah.
game.
I feel like every year we have one, at least in the playoffs, if not the regular season.
Like, imagine if Miami got to play there in that game that wasn't frigid temperatures. It wouldn't be it still would be an advantage Chiefs because they were the better team, but you wouldn't have the number one storyline, which was
the weather. Yeah.
Everything was about the weather. So I wonder if people are more disappointed that the stadium's moving to Kansas or the fact that they're going to be indoors. Because I'm kind of getting a mixed review when I read the comments in the Schefter post of like, it sucks they're moving the stadium. But then the other thing is like, well, there goes outdoor games in the AFC playoffs that the Chiefs are hosting. I'm kind of there when I don't care they moved. I mean, it's not like I'm not a source right? When it comes to like, well, I'm not going to go to any games, because I'd always ask people when they say, well, I'm not going to go to games anymore. I'd say, well, how many games a year do you go to? Well, one maybe. I'm like, okay, let me talk to season ticket holders that are in Jackson County, not Johnson County. But I think the one thing that I will miss is that factor of the fact that you get to play that game outdoors. And it is an advantage because Mahomes has been quoted as saying, I can spin it in anything. And we've seen him in snow games just destroy teams, advantage Mahomes. Now that he's indoors, it's also like, we know what Patrick Mahomes' indoor numbers are. But it's also like, that's kind of, if I talk about, if we're going Jackson County, Dusty, here, that's kind of the one thing that I always loved, is that we had that sort of fear that you think Kansas City, middle of the United States, what gives? Well, have you been here in January? Because it sucks. It's cold, it's windy, it's frigid, but it never affected this team. Now you're kind of taking away that advantage. I understand the business of the deal. You're going to get bigger. You're the team of the decade. You're going to get money. Lucas Oil did it, but they were already in a dome either way. But like, you're going to build new stadiums. But like, I love the fact that you were part of the outdoor sort of atmosphere when it came to the playoffs.
Yeah,
Buffalo still has it.
Kind of, yes. I guess they still do technically.
Yeah, they're going to be outdoor because that's the one thing that everybody said.
Fans will be protected, but the field won't be, right?
It was the complete opposite, right, when it came to Buffalo and Kansas City. Oh, we're getting a new stadium. Yay. Oh, we're still outdoors? Whereas Kansas City's like, oh, we're getting a new stadium. Oh, we're indoors? It's like, like I loved that sort of feel that you got. Not that the Chiefs needed an advantage, but Mother Nature's a hell of a teammate to have on your side.
I would also probably miss the outdoors more in October, for those crisp fall afternoons and the beautiful weather more than anything else. Like, I'm not going to lie, going in December for a game where I don't have to wear 6 layers of clothes, I'm okay with that. I'm good with that.
Yeah, somebody says, considering we didn't start winning until Mahomes got here, I don't think the weather really matters.
And that's another great point. I take the week.
And someone else says, by the time the stadium is built, Mahomes may want to be indoors. He'll be a lot older.
He'll be older too.
Joints will hurt.
Yeah. My shoulder hurts.
Yeah.
It's nice and warm in here. But yeah, the renderings are out. If you go to social media, they're all there. There's 3 pictures. There's the daytime, or like the sunset pictures on the right side. Then there's the inside picture, and it does have the old sort of look. I say old look, but the current look that the Chiefs have in their current stadium at Arrowhead, kind of squashed into here with a mixture of SoFi and Allegiant Stadium they have in Vegas.
The best part about the 2 pictures, though, is all the parking that they show, too.
Yeah, you knew that was happening.
Yeah.
You can still tailgate.
Yep. They got tailgate tents set up, the whole 9 yards. So it looks like it's going to be basically the same experience, only in a new stadium, right?
And it looks like there's like a little pathway between the parking.
Yeah, I kind of like that, yeah.
But I don't, where are the porta potties?
Well, I don't think they're in the renderings.
They didn't put that in the AI prompt.
Yeah. Yeah. And add porta potties.
Yeah. Does John Gruden hate the Chiefs? Max says no.
All right, Coach, it's prediction time. Give us a winner. Who wins this division?
I'm going to pick Denver just because of the continuity. Head coach, quarterback, almost all their starters are back on both sides of the ball, and they're going to get a jolt from Waddle. I like the Chargers to win it. The Broncos to win it. I like the Chargers in second. And I like the Chiefs to finish third, but I think all 3 of those teams can be playoff teams. And I think the Raiders are going to improve, but unfortunately for the Silver and Black, this is a very tough division with some established coaches and quarterbacks.
So maybe not hate the Chiefs, but I don't know if I like seeing the Chiefs finish third this year.
He's got him in the playoffs, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Which means 3 teams in the AFC West who make the playoffs, which we've always said, just get Mahomes to the playoffs and everything else will follow suit that we've seen in the past. His, outside of this past year, his shortest season was overtime in the AFC Championship game. Do you truly believe that Denver can win this division again?
Oh, I'm going to say no, but you're asking the wrong guy.
Come on.
Yeah.
No, of course I believe that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the roster top to bottom is fantastic. I'll have the Chargers winning it just because that team is maybe the team that I'm hottest on in the whole National Football League. But no, if they finish 10 or 11 wins, the Chiefs do, that is second at best in their division. You got to win 12 games to win this division this season, in my opinion. And if you win 10 or 11, you might be second, you might be third. It would depend on tiebreakers with that other team and the Broncos or the Chargers. So as long as they make the playoffs, I'm good. I think 10 or 11 wins is a solid expectation. As we know, this is not a Super Bowl or bust season. It's a stepping stone year. And like you said, get in the playoffs, anything can happen with 15.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And that's where I am. I don't care what place they finish as long as it's in the top 7 in the AFC, right? And if you're in the top 7 in the AFC, you've got a great chance. And if you're in the playoffs, I don't care if you're the 5, 6, or 7 seed, 2, 3, and 4 ain't going to be happy to have you in their building on opening, round weekend, whether it's wild card weekend or whatever we're calling it now. That first weekend of the NFL playoffs, if the Chiefs are, let's just say the Chiefs end up being the 7th seed in all of this, and the 2 seed ends up being, let's say, Buffalo. You think Buffalo, with a new head coach, really wants the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes rolling into their new crib for a wild card game? You want to talk about pooping your pants for an entire week, right?
Seriously.
I mean, how nervous would Buffalo be as the 2 seed, and then you have the Kansas City Chiefs as the 7 seed rolling into your crib for your first home playoff game in that new stadium? People would be very nervous about all of that. Maybe you're the 6th seed as the Chiefs, and you're going to whoever that 3 seed happens to be, whether that maybe becomes the AFC South winner or the AFC, West winner, whoever it ends up being. You think that team's going to be happy to welcome in Kansas City? Or let's say Denver ends up being the 4 seed and the Chiefs end up being the 5 seed. You think the Broncos are going to feel real good about the Chiefs rolling in? No, I don't. I look at the Denver Broncos right now. Until they prove otherwise, they're basically the Beverly Hillbillies. They struck oil. They got oil, and the Clampets are rolling through town, and they're living up life, and they're having fun. And now all of a sudden reality's going to hit. Are they going to be able to continue to move forward with a rejuvenated Chiefs team? Credit the Denver Broncos for taking advantage of the Chiefs when they were down. But I don't believe the Chiefs are down anymore, and I don't know if the Beverly Hillbillies can continue to take advantage of the down Chiefs. Almost like the Royals did with the White Sox a couple of years ago. You make hay when somebody has a down year, right? Do it. And the Broncos did it.
Who is the Chargers' number 1 weapon outside of Herbert?
Oh, Ladd McConkey, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Down year last year?
Yeah, down year because of no offensive line.
Correct.
Yeah, Omari and Hampton might be their number 1 option as well. He's going to be a stud this season. Yeah, Jay Binkley was on earlier talking about weapons and mentioned that the Chargers are in the bottom 5 of money spent on wide receivers. You can't always, that's a great starting point, right? You can start at that and go, okay, how much are you investing in this position? And then you got to kind of read between the lines, add some context here. They've drafted 4 guys in the last 4 years. Quentin Johnson's still on his rookie deal. Ladd McConkey's still on his rookie deal. Keandre Lambert-Smith, who I really like, just drafted last year. Trey Harris, who I really like, just drafted last season. Aronde Gadsden at tight end, only in his first few seasons. And then they just added, I believe, David Njoku. So they'll have 2 tight ends. They'll have 2 tight ends out there a lot. That's a team that's going to be able to run the football and then kill you deep with Justin Herbert.
They got a lot of weapons out there.
They
Carrington.
do. Yeah, you can't just look at. You can't just look at the money. Is what I'm saying. It's not.
No,
accurate.
you don't look at the money. I hate when people look at that.
Jay Binkley said, "Oh, they're not spending a lot of money." That's not the whole story,
right?
Yeah. It's like when you say a GM retains a lot of his players. That's not the whole story. That doesn't mean it's a good decision.
Mean it's good. Yeah. Just because you spend money doesn't mean you're doing it the right way.
Yes.
Somebody from the 60 so says, "Damn, Max saw those openings at ESPN and started picking Chargers to win the West."
Fantastic.
Great tweet. Or text.
It's very good. Yeah, it's great text.
So, if the Chiefs do not make the playoffs, what went wrong?
Well, I have no idea
it
now.
Depends on the context. Because if they're a 10-7 team who misses the playoffs because it's a good AFC West and it's tiebreakers, it just is what it is,
right?
Kind of thing.
And I don't think we'll be like if they go 10-7 and miss the playoffs, but like Walker was really good. The wide receivers have improved. You saw the rookies take that next. You're going to feel fine. You really are. You're going to be like, all right, 27 is going to be really
here we go.
good. Here we go. Right.
Yes.
It's going to be like, I remember, and I've told this story numerous times, when Patrick Mahomes first took over, nobody really knew what to expect. And they thought if they could go 8-8 that first year with Patrick Mahomes under center, yeah, we're going to accomplish some things. We'll be okay if we can go 8-8. And that was kind of their expectation that first year that Patrick Mahomes started. What did they do that first year that Patrick Mahomes started, right? They exceeded expectations and went all the way to the AFC Championship game that year. So I'd be interested to hear, like, if they're behind the scenes thinking, like, what is a true expectation this year? Because I would think a true expectation this year inside that building is probably get back to our winning ways, but we're probably still going to have some growing pains because they are going to be using a lot of folks that are young. I mean, we're talking about R. Mason Thomas earlier, right? I personally, I can't speak for anybody else, but I personally Think that guy's going to be a huge addition to this team. He may be the best rookie we have on this team, and I expect big things out of him. But that's just my expectation for him. What if he doesn't live up to that? What if the young rookies have a rookie learning curve and all of that factors in? So I just think right now where the Chiefs are, you win 10 games, and if you don't make the playoffs, but you are setting yourself up for the future and moving forward, and then come 27, everybody's going to be back on that Chiefs bandwagon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my only concern is if they're not as good as maybe we might think they can be, it's the defense age fast, and they're not as good as we might think they can be.
But who's old on the defense now? They've added all young players on that side of the ball,
linebacker
right?
core, your starting defensive tackle.
You got one guy on the defensive line that's old right now, right? Mm-hmm. Chris Jones. The linebacking core, I wouldn't say old. They're in that sweet spot of where and your defensive backs are all young. So I don't think there's any age factor really for me on that defensive side.
Or L'Jarius Sneed plays more than we'd like to see.
Yeah, that's a problem. If you got Sneed and Fulton out there, all of a sudden the age has become an issue. But yeah, on paper, they did get younger on defense and faster, hopefully, is what we think, right?
Much younger and faster on defense, yeah. Yes. I know L'Jarius Sneed said he wants to be back to the guy that he was, and I saw that. I'm like, we all do, but you've also got 2 or 3 years of age on you that you can't take away.
Injuries, age,
yeah. All of that kind of stuff. So no, I think the defense, as we've talked about, they will have growing pains in the first 2 weeks of the season. Totally. Absolutely. The first 8 quarters may not be aesthetically pleasing to you from a defensive standpoint, but with all that young talent on there, this defense now in the next couple of years, I mean, we're going to talk about this as being one of the best. They reloaded on defense is what they did.
I just still get nervous about the linebacking core, and will they have a guy that can get to the quarterback? And again, like we talked about that earlier, R. Mason Thomas or Rashee Rice, who do you want to see have the explosion year? And I think the answer, to me at least, would be R. Mason Thomas.
Mm-hmm. I think they're a much better team if R. Mason Thomas is in the quote-unquote Rookie of the Year conversation than if Rashee Rice is in the best wide receiver conversation. Because where did it really fall last year? Not getting off the field on third down on defense. That was their Achilles heel last year, right? Mm-hmm. Absolutely crushed them. What does this guy do? He's nicknamed the closer because he can get to the quarterback. If he is that guy and he plays like we think he can play, this team's going to be just fine.
I think they'll be predicated upon getting the quarterback through the inside. I think Peter Woods and Chris Jones will be the real winners there and give R. Mason Thomas some time to shine as well, George Karlaftis. But they better hope R. Mason Thomas is good. They've got 4 edge rushers on the whole team. Yeah. I mean, legitimately. I mean, Felix Ndubuike-Ozama is going to be getting snaps on this team. Jadeveon Clowney's out there, guys. Jadeveon Clowney is out there. He's a free agent. Go get him. I'd rather have him, I think, than Stephon Diggs.
How old is he now, Jadeveon Clowney?
He's got to be like 32. He is, let's see here.
Because he seems
33.
He seems like he's a guy that's on a different team every year, right?
He is. He's team jumped the
last 4 years. He's almost like Ndamukong Suh.
Yeah, he's team jumped the last 4 years. But 8.5 sacks last year. I can't remember the exact. He was top 10 in pressure rate.
Let's get him. He's available.
5.5 sacks in Carolina, and then 9.5 sacks the year before in Baltimore.
Yeah, why not go get that guy?
It's
a guy.
Easy ad.
Yeah. It seems like forever ago when he made that hit against Michigan and South Carolina.
I mean, my God, that
New Year's Day.
Crazy. Yeah, I mean, never forget that play.
Hit him, scooped it, got it.
He's hit 9.5 a couple of times. He's hit 9 multiplying. He's never had 10.
So is he one of these guys that has no interest in being in training camp and will show up in like September 1st?
Who's better right now, Clowney or Karlaftis?
Clowney.
I think it's Clowney. Yeah,
Clowney.
I do. Yeah,
yeah, I do.
Yeah.
That's not a clown question, bro. That's
it's an interesting question. I mean, yeah, it probably is. But let's see what Karlaftis can do this year. No injury now for Karlaftis. You've got help. This is a big year for Karlaftis as much as it is, for anybody, because all the excuses are gone now.
It's time.
Here's one we can take to the break from the 918. Big OU fan, and R. Mason Thomas will be a beast, a better Nick Bonito. Woo! Coming up on the other side, the NBA took a layup, no pun intended. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at QC Kinetics are wanting you to give them a call today, because when your joints hurt every single day and you've been told you need surgery, it can feel like there's only one option. But do your homework and remember, Once a joint is replaced, there's no going back. Before you schedule surgery, consider getting a second opinion from QC Kinetics. Whether you're dealing with pain from bone-on-bone arthritis, a torn meniscus, or years of wear and tear, surgery isn't the only conversation you need to be having. Talk to QC Kinetics about how they use regenerative treatments to deliver relief to patients like you right here in Kansas City. They concentrate tiny healing tools within your body's right in the right spot that actually is causing the pain. And the whole idea is to give you a real shot at holding off surgery, or in some cases, just avoiding it altogether. So don't just accept surgery as your only choice. Call QC Kinetics today for a second opinion and know your options. The conversation and consultation is totally free. 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. Off State Line and 435 and in Gladstone, 816-412-6299.
America is turning 250 this year, and Circus Sports is celebrating by offering all users in Missouri $250. Dane Hughes here, and for everyone in Missouri, all you have to do is deposit $250 on your Circus Sports app. Then play through that deposit. Once you do, Circus Sports will reward you with $250 right in your account. This is available for everyone in Missouri, new and existing users. Celebrate 250 years and find out more at circusports.com today. Must be 21 or older in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
And Doug. Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons, and lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Hi, I'm Mitch Holtis, voice of the Chiefs. Be a part of history by attending Chiefs training camp in St. Joseph, Missouri this summer. See the Chiefs and make a St. Joe memory, whether it's touring one of the many museums, staying in a historic home turned bed and breakfast, experiencing quality dining or brewery options, hitting the River Bluff bike trails, or supporting a vibrant art scene. St. Joseph has something for everyone. Go to stjomo.com to view or download a free visitor guide and plan your trip. Produced in cooperation with Visit Missouri.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter. This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken.
Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more. I just took a COVID test. Ugh. Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Yo, it's Jay Uso from WWE, and I'm Jimmy Uso. Chumba Casino and WWE are hyped for the biggest event of the summer, SummerSlam. I know, I can't wait. There's nothing better to do while we're waiting than playing Chumba Casino. Sign up today, and you could win a VIP experience with Chumba Casino and WWE for SummerSlam. So what are you waiting for? Play Chumba Casino and enter for your chance to win. Let's Chumba. Yeah.
Sponsored by VGW Group. No purchase necessary. See terms at ChumbaCasino.com. Must be over 21 and present in a state where it's legal to play.
Wendy's new Biggie Deals lets you choose whatever you're in the mood for. It's like a music mixing board of deals, and you're the producer. Go with some chill folk music with a JBC in the $4 Biggie Bite snack. Try the drum and bass of deals with a double stack in the $6 Biggie Bag. Or go full-on sandwich symphony with an $8 Biggie Bundle, the grand finale of snacking. And the best part? They all come with napkins. $4, $6, and $8 Biggie Deals how you want them at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
I'm all the way in your dreams, smoking on some new green, changing up the routine, gratitude truly. Feel like
This is Dookie by Pat McAfee. It's already released.
Yeah, this is the single.
Yeah, I'm good. I mean this.
It's a good workout song.
I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I would rather listen to Wake Up, Catch Fish, Run Around, Hunting, Golfing. Yeah, I'm good on that. McAfee has bars, apparently. Lots of stories to be told. Yeah, he spits at anything.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I kind of like it. I give the guy a lot of credit for putting himself out there and doing that, man. Like that's the thing to me. Like, that's putting yourself out there in a different way. And we may not like it, but it may be good for him. It may get the message across that he wants. He may be able to, do what he needs to do. I'm not here to tell him. I love the fact that he's putting himself out there. I give him a lot of credit for that.
Don't you just hate it when the classics disappear, like the helmets or the high-top cleats? Or maybe the best darn uniform to ever hit the field. Hi, I'm Baker Mayfield for the 76 jersey, and I'm here to turn those difficult goodbyes into white creamsicle hellos. They say if you love something, set it free. But if it comes back to you, it must be the 76 jersey. So bring yours when the Bucs take on the Chargers, December 6th, right here in Tampa Bay. The 76 jersey, backed by popular demand.
Okay.
Sweet.
Creamsicle coming back for a year?
Yep, the 1976 Bucs jerseys, backed by popular demand.
Who tweeted that out? Because I don't see that yet.
Tampa Bay Bucs.
The Tampa Bay Bucs did by themselves?
Yep. 16 minutes ago.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, that is a sick jersey. Everybody hated it back in the day.
Everybody hated it. And I know because I lived through it and I hated it back in the day. It was like, oh, we got to get rid of this thing. And then they got rid of it. We're like, we need that back.
Yeah, that's interesting because what was it? Everybody hated Denver's, and then Denver came out with New Jersey. Like, oh, bring back the old ones.
Bring back the old ones.
Chargers had the Navy and the Bolt, and then all of a sudden, the Chargers now have the best collaboration of jerseys in the sport. I think. I don't know. And then you go back and you're like, well, the Kelly Greens are better than what they have now.
Yes.
All this
the
sort of
Jets
stuff.
all white that they rolled out yesterday, and their Kelly Green is better than what they have now. I think it's just nostalgia. I think it's different. I think we all kind of crave all that and want that. So, yeah, that white 76 jersey looks pretty cool.
Nothing sells more than nostalgia or leaning into your superstars. Victor Wembanyama is the cover athlete for 2K27.
Easy.
Listing his stats, I believe, is a little unnecessary by Yahoo. I mean, I think we all know that he's all these things, but it is an insane list. 25 points per game, 11.5 rebounds per game, 3.1 blocks per game. He finished the NBA season first in blocks, first 25-10 3-block season since the Shaqtus. First unanimous defensive player of the year, all-star starter, first team All-NBA, first team All-Defensive Player, and top 3 in MVP voting. Matt, go ahead and do it again this year. Put him down to win the MVP this year.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, exactly. I won't get the odds that I got last year, and I just couldn't quite do it because of the games and the minutes. But yeah, man, he stays healthy. I mean, it's going to be his award to lose for the next, half decade?
Maybe.
He's only 22.
Yeah.
My
you
gosh.
think Flag can throw some competition his way?
Not quite.
Because he can score and rebound, but he doesn't have the block opportunity. I don't know about Cooper's defense. Whereas Victor's is just God-given defensive talent. Like, you're 7'6", dude, with a wingspan that's as far as wide as a Southwest plane that takes off every day. Like, you're just going to have it, right?
What about Darren Peterson? Some of the younger guys coming in, potentially competing for that MVP role against him.
In a few years, absolutely.
Yeah.
Cooper Flag in a few years, absolutely. The race will get better and better. Oh, no doubt. But next year, I don't know who's going to be that main challenger. I mean, SGA, obviously, but Wembanyama is going to be the best defensive player, and he'll be a top 10 offensive player.
In your opinion, what does somebody have to do to take the MVP away from Wemby?
Score an absurd amount of points, like over.
Like
SGA was 30 points a game. I'm talking 32, 33, because Wemby will play more minutes next year, and he'll score more than 25 points a game. He'll probably be 27 next year. 27, 12, 3 blocks a game again. I mean, geez, you better be 32, high efficiency, at least 8 assists, 9 assists. Your team has to be great, too. That's the thing that Cooper Flag and these other guys will struggle with, right? I mean, how good are the Mavericks going to be? How good will the Jazz be for a few years? That's something that the Spurs just one of the best franchises in sports.
Yeah, they really are. Quietly one of the best and never get the credit. And I say quietly because if I were to ask you to name the best franchises since 1995, that's when I graduated high school. I don't know why I came up with that one. But if you came up with from 95 to the present day, would you say the San Antonio Spurs? Subconsciously, you probably don't, right?
Yeah.
You probably go the Yankees, the Patriots, the Chiefs, probably the Packers, Cowboys may get thrown on that list because everybody talks about the Dallas Cowboys constantly.
And the Braves?
I did not know. Braves is a great one to have on that list. But subconsciously, I don't think any of us would have said the San Antonio Spurs. And you'd be like, hey, Bob, they won like 4 titles and are always winning, 5 times, whatever it's been. Oh, yeah. Like they always are going to be, for whatever reason, that afterthought when they shouldn't be, because that's what you want your basketball program to be, is exactly what they're doing.
A couple of names I like on the text line, Mac, that you can dive into since you're NBA insider. Luka without LeBron is interesting.
Definitely. Great name. Should have mentioned him.
And then Cade Cunningham, if he doesn't get hurt last year, what his numbers might look like in Detroit.
Yeah, the injury was a big factor. I don't think he wins that award like the 785 claims.
Did they not change the rule a little bit last year that like if you miss, you don't actually have to like miss out on like the total games played? Is that what it was due to the injury?
Yeah, it's you got to play 60 games, and then if you miss, or 65, whatever it is, but if you miss, if you're below that, you can appeal, and they can either accept or deny your appeal.
It wasn't load management. It was legitimately my leg was in a knot, and I couldn't play for a week.
Yeah, which is different than what other guys go through. But yeah, I mean, the Pistons, I'm just worried about that team. Again, you need to have a good team to be the MVP. We always talk about that. It is a team award. We're talking about one player, but you got to be on a good team. Luka, same thing, but I mean, if he carries his team to a top 5 seed, and he's like I said, if he's scoring 35 a game, which Luka Doncic by himself will be able to do, then yeah, you start to become a part of the conversation.
Yeah. Can LeBron get MVP?
No, sadly not.
You know what's crazy is that we're naming all these names in the NBA, and yet we don't have an NBA season, so we are watching because the NBA is having a little bit of a renaissance.
Yeah, a little bit. Yes, exactly. Rejuvenation there.
Bobby Witt Jr. placed on the 10-day injured list.
Just now? Okay.
Just now.
Manager let us know today that he would not be in the lineup. I think shut him down.
GG's.
I get it. He's one of those guys. It's like probably harder than hell to be like, hey, man, you're not going to want to hear this. Trust me. But, man, we ain't going anywhere. Like, you're not going to win the MVP. You're not going to make the playoffs. You're going to have plenty of more years to get these numbers.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But you won't if this thing continues to linger. I know that's a tough conversation to have, and I know that we talked to Cotrero about this earlier about, is this one of those things that you shut him down for? We've seen this in the past. Way different comparison. Last year, Trent McDuffie finishes the season if and only if the Chiefs are competitive. Chiefs were out of it. It's like, hey, man, just take the year off. Like,
Exactly.
whatever. It's good. Bobby Witt Jr., this is probably like week 13 of the NFL season and the baseball season. It's like, hey, man, we're 3-10. We're not going anywhere, man. Like, I know you want to play. I know you're tenacious. I know you're ferocious, and you want to be that guy. You're not showing any weakness. But, man, one bad swing, one slide into second, one rounding the base, and all of a sudden that goes up even more, and then your sciatica's effed.
Oh, yeah.
You get lost, dude. Like, I mean, that's just my personal opinion.
No,
is
you're making
that
me scared
like,
even saying that? Yeah, I don't want that.
Just put it down, man. Just like, hey, sit back.
What are we doing here? Like, what are we playing for, right? Nothing at this point in time. So why put your guy out there to
And if
to
there
get
are
hurt?
if there are incentives, hey, Mr. Sherman, call Bobby and be like, you want to talk about front office mistakes with the Estevez? That's a front office mistake. If you're like, hey, man, if you can tough it out, go ahead. Be like, hey, call him and be like, hey, I know you're 100 hits shy. You probably would have gotten that. I don't know if that's a legit number to get to, but like,
but whatever
hey,
it is.
all these numbers that you were this close to, we're just going to give you those incentives. Take the year. We don't need it here.
100%.
There's nothing more, like, especially playing the position he plays. All the dives, the throws, I'm just
Yeah,
setting
you got,
down.
yeah. I'm 100%.
That's just my,
on
like,
that. No,
maybe that's an overreaction, but
no,
like,
it's not. It's the normal reaction.
Just
It's
sit
what
down.
it should be. Yeah, you're done.
Just stay out. Like,
We
I
got
don't
to worry about next year.
We don't have a playoff push we're going for, because I guarantee if they're going for the playoffs, it'd be like, hey, take this day off, take the series off against Detroit, and then we'll reevaluate you, but we want you for October and November. We want you for 2027.
Yeah.
And I don't want this back to be something where it's like the Mike Sweeney thing is the first thing that goes in my head.
Oh, I didn't even. Oh, my. Yeah. That ruined his career.
And what were the Royals playing for with Mike Sweeney?
Nothing.
but he was like, I can do it.
Yeah.
So QC Kinetics, Bobby Witt Jr.
Yeah.
Match up.
Figure it out, man. But the back, I mean, you're right. The Sweeney thing, I remember being in that locker room every day and watching the pain that man was in and feeling so bad for him because he was a great baseball player and the back killed him.
Hey, it's all right to go out there and do something nice for